And now for a taste of things to come.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another watch-along presentation brought to you by the Simply Reliable Studios brand of channels. I am one of your commentators for this evening, the Renegade of Wrestling, J.J. Williams, joined by Mr. Reliable Walter Cruz. Walter, how are we doing tonight? Or I guess I should say this afternoon because, we're still on the West Coast. It's only 3 o'clock for us, so you're muted.
Right, yeah. It's only 3 o'clock, so we're good in the afternoon. But
Looking
I'm
forward for the
excited.
show tonight?
Oh, yeah. You see the shirt I got on, right? It's Mamacita.
I was going to say I could barely see it because of how low it sits on you
yeah.
and the name graphic. Yeah, okay. What's
No
up,
secret.
Charles?
No
What's
secret
up,
who I'm
Safet?
going for.
Right? I mean, and you see who I'm rocking tonight. We'll hold off on the gimmick. That way we can annoy Noah with it later.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we've got us a good card this evening. Looking forward to seeing our NXT stand and deliver tonight. A lot of title matches. Honestly, only 2 matches tonight have no titles involved. The pre-show match and then Sol and Zaria.
Zaria, yep.
Everything else tonight is for a championship, and I feel that's kind of the way it should be. I've always felt, I don't know about every PLE. The big 4 for sure. I've always felt that WrestleMania should be the night of champions. The night where every title is defended. You don't need a standalone pay-per-view called Night of Champions where all the titles are defended. That should be WrestleMania. That should be WrestleMania is the Super Bowl. It's Game 7 of the Stanley Cup, Game 7 of the World Series. That should be the show that everything is on the line. NXT's WrestleMania, every title should be defended. And with the exception of the speed titles, they are. The 2 North American titles, the tag titles, and the 2 world titles are on the line. So I'm a happy guy.
Yep. I mean, and to be fair, the speed is probably just because of the injury that it's not on here. They probably would have did something with it because they've been pushing it lately.
Well, who's the men's speed champion?
It's vacated now. Who's the French mask guy? I forget his name, but he got hurt. Yeah.
Elio,
Yeah.
Eliflorio, whatever it is.
Yeah. He got hurt, so you had to vacate it.
Well, Ren is on the show, but she's in the countdown tag match. She could be defending her speed title.
True. I guess they
Yeah.
don't believe in Renze.
Hey, I believe in Wednesday, damn it. That is one of the reasons I am so mad that Stand and Deliver is standalone tonight and not part of Mania, because I was gonna take Ren's Day, Ren XT, Ren QCC signs
Mm-hmm.
for NXT for us to go and support. And then they went and they made it the week 2 weekends before Mania. It's not even the weekend before. It's 2 weekends before.
Right? They really spaced it out.
What's up, Cleaver? Good to see you. Good to see you, Matt, in the chat as well. Well, I assume that part of it is because next week Rebellion is on Saturday. It's a week from tonight. TNA is a partner, so they don't want to conflict with that. And
Mm-hmm.
they get so much shit about counter programming AEW. They don't want to run opposite Dynasty, divide the audience. They're already probably going to get shit about having Rebellion go on the same weekend as Dynasty,
True.
even though TNA and WWE are still separate companies, y'all. You know, so but that's enough of that high horse, unless we get some rant.
Yeah.
But let's talk about this pre-show match, because it's not something we really got into on Simply Predicting, because Noah doesn't really get into the pre-show stuff. It doesn't have bearings on the leagues. Although I
Mm-hmm.
think pre-show matches would be good tiebreakers.
True.
If there's a lot of people that have the same amount of points, if the pre-show match, can divide that up, I think pre-shows would be good tiebreaker matches. But we've got Hank and Tank, some dude that I am not familiar with whatsoever. Um, is he
Oh,
even
the
in the?
one with the loose tooth?
No, not Shiloh
Uh,
Hill. The
uh,
the the brother in the middle.
oh,
I,
damn, he
I
just had.
put his name in the description because I looked it all up, but I am not familiar with him, so forgive me.
I think he just had a speed title match or qualification or something.
EX Prosper, EK Prosper, EK Prosper.
Mm.
So you got Hank and Tank, EK Prosper, Shiloh Hill, and Ren Sinclair taking on the Birthright. Charlie Dempsey, Regal's kid. Lexis Keene, Pillman's kid. Uriah Connors, Finley's son. Arianna Grace, Santino's kid. And Stax, who's there because he's boning Arianna.
Santino's son-in-law soon.
Yeah, maybe son-in-law soon. I feel like the Birthright has to take this, yo.
Yep.
Otherwise, what the hell are we doing here? They've got this essentially bloodline stable. They're just not related to each other. They're related to other legendary figures, and I use the term legendary loosely, because what defines a legend? Some people would say William Regal's a legend. Some people say Regal never got out of the mid card. He's hardly a legend. Some people would say that Pillman is a legend. Some people say that he was his own worst enemy. He's not a legend. But he
Mhm.
did a lot of stuff that the cruiserweights now do today. Before it
Hell
was
yeah.
hip to do so.
Hell yeah.
You know, Connors, Finley's son. See what I said about Regal? Never really got out of the mid card. Is he truly a legend? Well, look at what Finley did for the women's division. And how he really was training and helping getting those girls' game tight when they were trying and struggling with 3 minutes of TV time.
Mhm.
pretty much every woman that comes through the Divas division has given props to Finley for helping their game.
Did somebody say 3 minutes?
Yes, I did. Arianna Grace. Santino is hardly a legend. Santino was R-Truth and Danhausen and Joe Henry before those guys were fucking around.
Yeah.
He was a great comedic character, multi-time Intercontinental Champion. You know. So, what defines a legend? But if you guys job the Birthright out this early in their inception to a bunch of people that are just randomly thrown together, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, the most compelling part about this angle to me in this match is Wresn and Dempsey.
Yep.
Because that used to be the no NQCC, the no quarter catch crew, the Wresn QCC. Like, you watch the Wednesday reels, you know they're still really tight. Charlie, or as she calls him, Charles, pops up on her reels all the time. You know? Is there still a little sense of loyalty between Wresn and Charles? Is
Interesting
she
dynamic.
really pissed at what Charles has been doing? And she wants nothing to do with him. Like, that's the most compelling thing here out of everything for me.
Me too. But all that said, I can see why it's the pre-show, to be honest. But yeah, this is cutting off the foot before the race even begins. If you make them lose so early, especially after that controversial what happened on the house show that they're all talking about, and they thought he was going to be injured, and it's a bunch of crap that happened off that house show. So don't make them lose before you can make them a big thing, especially since Dempsey just joined. He was the last member to click in there, and you're
Mhm.
gonna have him lose his first match with them together. Be
And
weird.
then we'll go to the main card. Johnny Gargano and Myles Borne. And shout out again to Cleaver. He might go to Rebellion next weekend. Dude, if you do, let us know. We'll send you the watch along stream and you can pop in before and after the show. Give us your live in person thoughts.
That's awesome. I might go to TNA when they come to Sacramento in May.
Yeah, I was seeing that, you lucky fuck.
Yeah,
Hopefully, whatever the May pay per view is will be in LA since they're going to be up in Northern California like the week prior, probably.
mm-hmm.
But we got Johnny Gargano and Myles Borne. I don't see any logical reason why Gargano should win this. Just none. Again, you're cutting the feet off of Myles Borne before he can really get going.
Um, I think the whole point of this is that Gargano has got his confidence back. Then he's gonna lose this, and he's gonna start moping around and laying down again until something else comes along to wake him out of that funk, and he's gonna keep reverting back to it. I just feel like that's where they're going with this. So there's no way that you have Myles Borne lose this title.
Yeah, no. And like, if Candice gets involved, does Stephanie Vakir pop up to help her man?
You know? Because they're putting it all over social media that they're together now. They ain't hiding the shit.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
What?
shit. In all honesty, I know you're a married man, happily married. But if your woman was Stephanie Vakir, would you be hiding that shit?
Hell no.
I'd be out on the street corner with a megaphone talking about,
Right?
I'm fucking Stephanie Vakir.
And it's cute, the story of how they got together now that he's saying it is freaking hilarious how they were just so geekily like kids around each other. And she noticed him and came on to him first. So imagine that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I just don't see that title changing hands.
Son of a bitch. He's deaf. He ain't blind. Shit.
Where were you during Simply Predicting, Safet? I had to use the hashtag myself because you weren't there in the chat. You disappoint me, Safet. When we actually needed you around spouting shit off, you weren't around.
I almost forgot this shit's on YouTube. I'm like looking at one app, trying to think in my head, like, what app am I supposed to open? And I'm like, oh yeah,
No, it's on
YouTube.
YouTube, bro.
Yeah.
So from one North American champion to the next, Tatum Paxley and Blake Monroe, the former Mariah May.
I'm actually confused about this one.
I'm not. My whole argument during Simply Predicting was if they were going to have Blake get the title back, they would have had her take it back from Thea. Instead of having her come out that night, attacking Thea, her losing her rematch opportunity, Thea doing the open challenge, but then allowed Izzy Dame to challenge her and win the title. If they were going to give the title back to Blake, they would have just done it that night.
True.
I think one of two things is happening here. Blake is going to lose, and despite losing, move into the world title picture because she's already a former AEW Women's World Champion, having had arguably the greatest storyline in modern women's wrestling history with the whole angle with Toni Storm and the Hollywood Brawl, the Hollywood ending. Or she's going to lose and go to the main roster. Because if we're being honest with ourselves, Mariah May did not need to report to NXT in the first fucking place. She could have walked right into the main roster and been fine.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind her losing and then debut on the SmackDown after WrestleMania or the Raw after Mania. Because those shows have been kind of lackluster lately.
And especially with SmackDown being 3 hours, they need people.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Because I see her and Tiffany going at it. Because they kind of got that beauty thing. Like they both kind of got the same thing going, but Blake is just darker.
Mm-hmm. But don't mistake Tiffany. Tiffany can get dark.
Hell yeah.
From there, we'll go to the tag titles. The Vanity Project versus Los Americanos. Like, Noah tried so hard to dismiss this. And I had to come at him. Like, bro, put some respect on the Vanity Project's name.
Told y'all about that.
We were telling people about that when we watched the premiere episode of Evolve last year.
Mm-hmm.
And we did that watch along. We've been telling people for about a year about the Vanity Project and about Cappuccino Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And just as soon as they got the official jump up to the main NXT roster, I knew it was a matter of time. Tick-tock before they got those belts.
Yep.
And now that they got them, I just want to see them with a death grip on those belts. Who is going to be the ones to take them from them? I love the Americano gimmick, but it damn sure isn't going to be Los Americanos.
Hell no. And
Not this soon. Not this soon.
Dude, they're the only people, the three of them, that are, depending on what their show is, they're like heel on SmackDown. When they go to NXT, their faces, and Triple I, their faces. They're the most confusing faction. That it's like, yeah, what the hell? Or Raw, yeah, on Raw they're freaking heels. Triple I, their faces. Like you don't know what to do with with them. Like, but I don't know what's gonna nope this match probably.
And do El Grande Americano and Jackson Drake get involved?
True. You never know. You might see the original Grande Americano pop up on NXT, setting up the Mania feud. If the other one gets involved in this.
I mean, there's time to still do that Mania match,
Mm-hmm.
but with 2 weeks, I wouldn't want to rush it.
True.
And if we are going to rush it, then it can't be a mask versus mask match at Mania. You can have the first match at Mania and then build to the rematch at a AAA show.
True.
Because I feel like a mask versus mask match has to happen in Mexico.
Hell yeah.
So. Okay, Safet. If you were busy watching the Dr. Redacted interview and that's why you weren't on Simply Predicting to get the purple hair twat waffle gimmick in, you're forgiven. Because that interview was awesome.
That's a pretty damn good read. That wasn't even an interview. That was like friends sitting around a basement nerding out about fucking games and Disney and.
That's what I love about our interviews, is that I don't want them to feel like interviews to the guests. I don't want them to feel like they're working.
Yeah.
Or that they have to work us. I want it to feel like a conversation between old friends.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we've never met these guys before. Like, I've legit seen and maybe just given a brief hello to Dr. Redacted at a GCW show in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But never had this kind of like conversation with him. I've had more conversation with Tremont than I've had with Redacted. You know what I mean? So it's like, but I want these interviews to feel like conversations because I want them to feel comfortable with us. Yeah. I don't want them to come into it and then them leave being like, they were just a bunch of fucking marks.
Yeah.
And I think that's how we'll get respect in the game, is by making these guys feel comfortable. And gals. So.
Yeah. We said it before. We get to know the people behind the gimmick.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Safet. So they were just talking about it over here on the YouTube side of things. Sol and Zaria.
I want Zaria to get this because I feel like, I don't know. Classically, in any good rivalry, when you're going to do multiple matches, I always feel like the heel should get over first. And heels are relatable. I actually feel what Zaria is going through. It's like, so Ruca was a little privileged in taking spotlight, and Zaria was kind of all pushed off to the side. And every time that somebody got a title shot, it was always so Ruca. She's got the best move. She's got this, and it's like everybody forgot about Zaria. Like, I like Zaria, and I just feel like the heel should at least get over the first match, because I feel like there's gonna be multiple matches. So I went with Zaria on this one.
See, if there's going to be multiple matches, then they have to do it quick, because I think Zaria is going to win. But I think she's going to win because Sol is on her way to the main roster. I've been paying close attention to WWE World because I wanted to see who all's going to be there. And especially considering that some of the autograph meet and greet experiences are selling out as soon as they're putting them up. I'm looking to see who's going to be in Superstar Row, because that's basically the free meet and greet experiences. That's where you get like the Grayson Wallers. That's where you get like the Angel and Bertos.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the guys that you're not going to pay $100 and something to go meet, but they can give you those with the price of your admission ticket, right?
Yeah, of course.
Out of everybody that has been announced for the world, Sol Ruca is the only current NXT star who's been announced. And it's a paid experience.
Mm-hmm.
That means that as of right now, the last time I checked, she's the only NXT star that's going to be in Vegas for Mania.
True.
Why would she be in Vegas for Mania? I doubt they're going to use her on the SmackDown Go Home. That's a waste. There's no women's open challenge spot that we know of on the Mania card to use her on. But then there's the Raw after Mania.
Mm-hmm.
I think Soul debuts on the main roster on the Raw after Mania.
Not a bad call.
So you got Stand and Deliver. You've got the follow-up NXT on Tuesday. And then you've got the NXT on the 14th, the day we arrive in Vegas. There's your 3-match series.
There you go.
But that's only if you're going to do it. Because if you're going to do something like that, then you've got to rush it.
True. So maybe it isn't multiple. I just want Zaria to get over. If she's the one staying and everything, get over, and then start heading her probably towards the North American title, and then eventually the world title.
Yeah, I agree. So that just leaves the 2 world title matches. We're going to take a quick intermission, show you our Mania Week trailer, and we'll come back and we'll hit you with the 2 world title matches.
And now for a taste of things to come.
We gonna be busy,
Hell yeah.
both in person and across the multiverse, the Simply Reliable Studios. Because goddamn, there's a lot to do.
Hell yeah.
Okay, is it just me, or looking at the Vanity Project sit here for this interview, do I feel like I'm looking at the Backstreet Boys?
Yeah. It is. I had it turned down, but it does look like it.
I mean, there's 3 of them, so the Jonas Brothers maybe, because there's 5 NSYNC, 5 Backstreet, but like, just the white clothes, the
LFO, I
pants.
guess. Weren't those 3?
I don't know. I never
98,
followed LFO.
98 degrees.
98 Degrees, I think there was 4 of.
Uh, they still got the most punchable faces in a good way, yo.
I want to see something with Ricky Smokes and Ricky Saints just doing like the Spider-Man meme because they're both Rickies.
Mm-hmm. Are they gonna let them freebird this shit?
Nah.
Mm.
Jackson Drake is definitely a single star.
Yeah, he's
I
fun.
don't know if Brad and Ricky can manage singles careers at this point. I think they need each other too much. And WWE is in desperate need of tag teams.
Yeah. I mean, the one in the middle kind of reminds me of Zach Morris, Brad.
But so getting back to the two title matches now, we've got the women's title, which honestly, I'm looking forward to this match more than the men's title.
You and me both.
Well, gee, I wonder why, Mr. Mamacita shirt over here. But Jacy Jayne defending against Lola Vice and Kendal Gray. I'm going to let you go first on this one. I'm sure you've got your Mamacita.
Yep.
Go ahead. Why do you got your Mamacita?
I just
And
think
don't
it's
just
her.
say I've got her because she's my Mamacita.
No, I just think it's her time. She's had what, two title shots before on one, and she couldn't get it done. And I feel like that's why this was set up to be a triple threat, so that Jacy can lose and have controversy and be like, I was never pinned, and then they'll do the one, and she can prove herself there. But dude, I've been watching Lola's like Bellator MMA fights and seeing how crazy those shits were, and I was like, they need to bring that badass shit here. And I just can't wait. I just feel like it's time. Jacy has carried the title. She did her job twice, and she's carried it for a while. The most shocking last year title victory was her. But after she got it back the second time and she carried the company, at first I was like, why make her champ? But I see it. She changed my opinion on her. But I just think she's had the title for a while now, and it's just time. I think it's time to take it off of her and see what direction the rest of her group can go.
See, I agree it's time to take it off of her, but I don't think it's going to Lola. I think it's going to Kendal.
Mm,
If they didn't have big plans for Kendal, why did she vacate the Evolve Women's title?
true.
She's been on NXT this long, still carrying the Evolve title. If they didn't have plans to strap her up and strap the
Hmm.
rocket on her, why did she forfeit the Evolve title? That's what I keep racking my brain around.
True.
You have her vacate the Evolve title and Jacy retains. What sense does that make? You have her vacate the Evolve title and Lola wins. What sense does that make? You have her vacate the Evolve title and she wins the NXT Women's title. She has evolved within the course of the year.
Hmm. Makes a hell of a lot of sense. But either way, I
And,
don't think Jacy Jayne survives.
and to your point about Lola, I feel like she's had her opportunities. I could see Lola making her way to the main roster even with an L here.
Mm,
After all, her man is one half of the SmackDown Tag Champs right now.
hmm.
You don't think he's advocating to get her on the roster so that he can travel with his woman,
Could be.
so that they can have the same days off and shit?
Hmm.
And likewise, I could see Fatal Influence moving up to the main roster, whether it's as a trio, which I think might be a mistake because I don't think Laney's ready,
Nah.
or just as a tag team with JC and Fallon because they are ready And the main roster could use some more women's tag teams.
Desperately.
So you have him kick Laney out of the group as the weak link. They then get promoted as a duo, and you've got a fresh tag team on the roster.
Yeah. Very true.
And that brings us to the world title match, as Joe Hendry defends against Ricky Saints, Ethan Page, and Tony D. What are your thoughts on this one, Walter?
I'm a little conflicted because I love Joe Hendry, but I think that the arc of Tony D going away, coming back, and all that, I feel like he's destined to get this title. And if not now, then when? Same thing with you. WrestleMania is coming around the corner. Joe Hendry was fun that he established himself from TNA and came to NXT, but I think they wanted him on the main roster since day one. I think he might have chosen to come on to NXT or something just to get used to the WWE style, but I think he's going to get fast track to the main roster. So I wouldn't be shocked if Tony D pulls this off. And then I feel like when a big person loses the title that they really don't want it to happen clean, they book these multi-person matches like this. So then it wasn't him that got pinned, so like you got a built-in excuse. With that being said, in the league I went with Joe Hendry, but I I wouldn't be shocked if it's Tony D that pulls this off.
Seeing in the league, I went with Tony D.
Mhm.
A lot of the same reasons that you just spewed right there, bro. Like, they just did this entire evolution of his character. If he loses, and especially if he eats the pin, why did we do all that?
Mhm.
Joe Hendry, we've got Danhausen, we've got R-Truth. Throw Joe Hendry in there. We've got plenty of comedy for a 3-hour TV program.
Mhm.
Randy Orton just got the assist from Pat McAfee. You know? I still don't think that's actually who was on the phone with him. I think there's a further angle going on here. And we'll talk more about that tonight on Shenanigans. But if Randy is putting together this little unit to help defeat Cody, last time I checked, Cody has history with Ethan Page and Ricky Saints,
Mm.
as they all were part of a company together.
True.
You know, could they come in to help Cody retain?
I didn't even
Could
think
they
about that, but that makes sense.
could they come in just to play equalizers, whether Cody wins or loses, just to help even the odds? All these questions and more.
Mhm.
But with Stand and Deliver being 2 weeks from WrestleMania, because literally night one of WrestleMania would be going on right now in 2 weeks.
Mhm.
We'd be almost done with the first hour of WrestleMania because it starts at 3 o'clock. So,
True.
lots of stuff to discuss, lots of stuff to think about going forward.
Where's the time? I don't even have a timer. I'm on commercials.
Me too. I got it. I don't even know if we're going to have the same commercials. I got a Claritin commercial.
I don't know what the hell this is. I know it's playing Born in the U.S. Oh, protect birthright citizenship. Some kind of political ad. Keep going. Now they're showing inside the factory or whatever it's called. Yeah, that crowd is pretty full. Oh, they starting with the pre-show match. Shiloh Hill music is coming out for me. I love Ren Sinclair's music.
I just love Ren Sinclair.
Yeah.
She's so adorable. It took a little bit for her to grow on me,
Mhm.
but I've become such a fan of hers.
And it was more for her social media. Her Ren's days
Yes,
got you. Yeah.
yes. Her personality got me.
Mhm.
At first, I thought, when she was trying to pigeonhole herself in the NQCC, she came off like that annoying little sister who wants to do everything her brothers do.
Yeah.
But as time went on, it's just like, okay, no, her personality's coming through. She's a dork. I'm a
Mhm.
dork. I can vibe with this chick. And she's cute.
Mhm.
She's that girl next door that you watch go from like the ugly duckling to the hot model chick.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden you're like, damn, can I still get a piece of that? Like I've been mean to her all these years, but
Mhm.
damn, do I still have a shot at her? Facts is facts, y'all. Don't at me.
Mhm.
Don't hate me.
I want to see the evolution of what this birthright becomes. Because if you mix it and become the right, evolution mixed with legacy, and you pull this off right, this could be one of the best factions. But you gotta do it right. And I know they probably so mad that David Finley didn't come along because he probably would have been popped right into this group with his brother.
Oh, that was the whole plan, was to have
Yeah.
him and Uriah as the tag team.
Mhm. But they lowballed his ass allegedly.
Allegedly.
Mhm. Are they gonna attack? Like, geez, they just started out balling. Am I ahead of you?
I don't know. They're fighting now. There's the bell.
Yeah. Okay. We're right in sync because I got them.
Oh no, okay. I just got the bell. I heard the bell on your end.
Uh.
Shoulder thrusts in the corner by Shiloh Hill onto Uriah Connors. And here comes Hank charging in. Tank now for good measure, throwing Uriah into Hank. Nice double axe handle, hook the leg, gets a 2 count as Tank.
Yeah. Right. I unposed it right after the kick out.
Nice chop from Uriah Connors. Tag in here to Stacks. Double Irish whip, but Tank holds on. Back body drop to Uriah Connors, former member of Chase University. Tank off the rope. Stacks
Oh!
went for the leapfrog, but Hank caught him. And now just chuck Stacks over the top rope onto Connors and Lexis Keen.
And he hit the table with his jaw.
Dempsey and Grace now on the outside. Stacks gets thrown back in by Hank. Hook of the leg. 2, Stacks kicks out.
Stacks really is the only one that doesn't fit in this group.
Blind tag from Connors, it looked like. Hank gets thrown over the top rope. Little double team action by Stacks and Connors. Connors with the cannonball off the ring apron takes out Hank.
Dude, that was awkward. You landed like right on Tank's neck.
Tag into Lexis Keen in the match for the first time. Nice assault on Hank in the corner of the Birthright. Tag into Charlie Dempsey. All right, here we go. Dempsey going to light him up. Nice European uppercut. And another one, shades of his old man, William Regal. Third European uppercut, drops Hank. Hook the leg. Gets two. Hank kicks out.
I see his father in him so much, dude.
Dude, I see a cross between William Regal and Willy Wonka.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's true.
Dude, you look at that curly hair, man, and that's totally Gene Wilder, Willy Wonka, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone always talked about Trick Willy Wonka. It's like, nah, there's Wonka right there.
Mm-hmm.
Hank pulls down the top rope, low bridge. Pillman Jr., Lexis King goes over the top. Nice double back body to Connors and Stacks. And Hank crawling over. Ren Sinclair, the only person on the apron, gets the hot tag to the leader of the Ren QCC. Arianna Grace forced to come in. And Sinclair is a woman on fire here, taking out the daughter of Santino Marella.
Dude, she came out of that corner whooping ass.
Now attacking Stacks. Nice jawbreaker, sit-out style from Ren. Oh, shit.
Oh.
I forget what that's called. It's fucking Daniel's cattle mutilation.
Yeah.
Little cattle mutilation from Ren Sinclair. Nice schoolgirl by Arianna Grace. Gets a 2 count on Ren.
And notice who
goes for the
broke it
bicycle kick. Ren out of the way. Both women take each other down. Ren in her own corner. EK tagged in. Here comes Stacks. Nice clotheslines. Double drop kick takes out Keen and Dempsey. EK Prosper now with a tornado DDT, dropping Stacks and executed on Connors. And EK Prosper is hot.
She's trying to prosper in this match.
Hell yeah. Jesus, that step-up flip off the top rope. Beautiful drop kick the air EK got.
Mm-hmm.
Up and over goes Stacks. EK Prosper now climbing up the top rope. Arianna Grace in the way. Lexis King shoves him off face first into the announce table. Dempsey, German suplex to EK Prosper. The Birthright now just dishing it out to EK Prosper. Nice freaking running psycho knee from Connors. Hooks the leg and Tank in to break it up.
Nice.
Oh, and Ren and Dempsey now face to face. Dempsey saying, I don't want to fight you, but Ren with chops to Charles. She's lighting him up. Double arm butterfly suplex from Ren to Charles.
Charles uses that suplex.
Mm-hmm. Arianna Grace with a jawbreaker taking Ren out. Flying crossbody from the apron takes Ren out on the outside. Step up Inseguri from Stacks rocks Hank. Huge black hole slam from Hank.
Bro.
Lexis Keenan now drops one half of the former tag champion Shiloh Hill tilt-a-whirl suplex. And just a gutbuster to Connors. Chucks him to the outside right into Stacks. Here comes Dempsey blindsiding Shiloh Hill from the back. EK Prosper with the boot. Blind tag from Tank. Dempsey distracted. Nice springboard moonsault.
Oh my God.
Tank now with a freaking springboard elbow. Tags in Hank. The bellies are coming out. Tag into Shiloh Hill.
Come on, Dempsey. Oh shit, there's 3 against 1.
Honk, honk.
He got hit by a tank.
Ooh. Shiloh hooks the legs. There's 2. There is 3. And Team Babyface has put away the birthright here.
That just ain't right. Most random team. I don't know. I ain't agreeing with that one. We were just talking about.
At the end of the day, and I haven't watched NXT a lot, but you mentioned earlier that Charles was the last one to join.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that he ate the pin, there could be a little something in that, you know?
Mm-hmm. At least it was on the countdown, not the main PLE. I guess they can gain their momentum back. Or maybe that leads to, man, we need one more member and they have to seek another bloodline person. If it leads to that, then maybe I could look past this. If you get some big dude, somebody else that's a second generation. Fucking tank, yo.
Right in the back, just trying to throw up her little. Look at her. Look at her. She is such a dork. I love Red.
Mm-hmm. Sexy Red is there. Yeah.
Yeah. Ain't nobody caring about Sexy Red being in the house. The only Sexy Red I'm caring about is Zaria.
Right.
Well, it's almost time for the actual show to begin. So we'll run our watch along trailer one more time. The standard watch along, not the Mania version. And we will be right back.
And now for a taste of things to come.
Witness as Ed and San Antonio Productions presents Podermania, live from the Horseshoe Casino in Las Vegas, Wednesday, April 15th at 3 p.m. A part of GCW's 2026 Collective. Don't miss Poder champion Brittany Blake, Shotzi Blackheart, Leva Bates, Sue Young, Toga, Izzy Moreno, and many more of your favorite women independent pro wrestlers. Only at Podermania.
Yeah. That's professional wrestling. Damn it. All the wrestling. Noah should be here any moment.
He should. I'm going to move over to the other stream because that's the countdown one. I'm going to go to the actual one so that when that starts, it says it's live.
It says next in 3, 2. It switched for me.
Oh.
Like, you know when it says your next video you watch, it's like it stopped the video and then it switched for me.
Mm.
That was weird. It switched it for me. Okay, thanks.
See, but they keep playing the same like little commercial on loop.
Yeah. NXT's in St. Louis. I'm about to memorize the fucking ad by the time they start this shit.
Noah says, waking up just now. Relax. Tramp stamp will kill 5 minutes. I'm assuming by that he means Sexy Red.
Yeah.
Hey Pop. How's it doing today? Good to see you in the chat. I'll be giving you a call tomorrow at some point, sir. Probably around 1 o'clock your time, 10 o'clock my time.
Where is he at?
He's in Florida.
Okay.
St. Petersburg.
Oh, yeah. That's the retirement state capital of the world.
Hey. He's that old, but he keeps it going, man. No retirement jokes.
No, I'm saying I'd rather, I don't know. I just couldn't take the Gators. Fucking, all right. I could take deer and weird shit in your yard, but a fucking gator pulls up.
He wanted to get out of California. He wanted to get out of California, but he wanted to be somewhere that still had the weather and the beaches. So
yeah.
Because he himself is a surfer, an OG surfer, which is part of what he loves about Soul Ruca.
You couldn't pay me to surf in Florida because them gators.
Well, I hate to disappoint you, Pop, but I think Zaria's got this one.
Yeah, me too.
Because Soul is the only person that's going to be, as of right now, in Vegas as part of the WWE fan experience. And why do you put one NXT talent in Vegas if you're not going to debut him on the main roster? And if you're going to debut him on the main roster, might want to have them lose on their way out.
Oh, shit.
Starting with the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels here to, I'm sure, to welcome everybody to Stand and Deliver.
To the YouTube era.
Getting that double bicep pose. Are we going to get the sexy boy and sexy red?
Oh, God.
I could see it, unfortunately.
The sexy redneck.
Championships will be decided.
He's already getting HBK chance. I can't talk.
And NXT is going to take this place to a whole new level.
He's probably just there to introduce Sexy Red, I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. St. Louis's own Sexy Red.
Shawn Michaels know damn well he don't listen to her music.
Oh, no, you don't. With the chain that says Big Sexy. That's gimmick infringement. Where's Kevin Nash to give her a jackknife powerbomb?
Right.
Sean, don't do that.
What?
He's over here trying to do his little dance with her. I'm just like, bro, no. Embarrassing.
He's the old.
Shut
He's the
it.
uncle. He's the old. He's the uncle you can't take anywhere with you.
And now she's over here doing the DX crotch chop. Like, no. And now they're dancing together. No. Sean, your cookout privileges have been revoked.
Right.
Now we're getting our cold open.
The Arches.
Yep. Was Nelly busy? Like, seriously, could we not have just tapped Nelly?
Right.
And of course, Noah's PC is updating on booting up, so it's all good, Noah. Cold open.
Hyping up the main event there.
Of course. And there's Zaria and Soul.
I totally agree with Zaria. See, you get nothing but opportunities. And then she's going to go to the main roster, which is another opportunity. Zaria's sexy too, man. You seen the pictures without the makeup? Shit.
Mm-hmm. Ironic that Stat Boy's game for the week is the Tigers and the Cardinals, and Stand and Deliver is in St. Louis.
Right. Hey, we are punchable faces.
I like the Vanity Project, man. Again,
I love
said
them.
it. I said it to Noah during predictions. It's like one of the things I'm bummed about is that they got the call up before Vegas, and we couldn't see them on part of the ID showcase.
I would have wanted to see them. I'm telling you, I like them too. I'd say that as a it's their character. They're supposed to have relatable, punchable faces.
Yes, Charles. I mentioned Detroit, and yes, Charles, I've got my Fago. Still need you to send me some other flavors, man, because I like the cotton candy, but I'd like some other flavors. That just is the only kind I can find at Dollar Tree.
Oh, I don't know what Fago is.
It's a Midwest soda. Think Shasta. There he is. What's up, simple man?
Sinus headache, tired, and after this, I'm going to bed for the rest of the night. But nonetheless, here we are, stand and deliver to see through the gateway of America, who takes one step closer in the gateway that is the WWE ecosystem. Welcome in, everybody, to the Bubba Studios, and welcome into NXT Stand and Deliver for free on YouTube, which means you literally can watch one of us if you choose to. And hello again, everybody. Noah Foster, Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams, Mr. Reliable, Walter Cruz. We are Super Reliable, representing the Super Reliable Studios. Again, this is NXT's biggest stage of the year, not during WrestleMania week. It is what it is with TKOWB. But hope you all enjoy. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. You want to dictate the conversation. Super chat, as simple as that. We will see who stands tall with the gold, commands the stage, demands what they want to hold here in NXT, and so much more as we get ready to stand and deliver as Lola Vice is making her way, of course, to finally trying to seize the NXT Women's Championship. It was last Tuesday on an incredible one-on-one number one contenders match ever matchup that we witnessed Lola Vice and Kendal Gray take each other to the absolute limit in pursuit of something that was just within their grasp, one-on-one previously, but lost. At the end of it all, technical greatness personified, physical endurance, and the fire and the drive to stand and deliver ended in conspiracy as Lola Vice pinned the shoulders down, but Kendal Gray tapped out. And unfortunately, Robert Stone lacked the brain for creativity for a definitive win, and we got a triple threat out of this schmoz. But Jacy Jayne has survived triple threats before and has already owned a singles win over both these incredible competitors. As Jacy Jayne has ran NXT since the WTF last year post Stand and Deliver, beating Stephanie Valkyrie and holding on and regaining the NXT Women's Championship. Now a two-time NXT Women's Champion, leading forward this fatal influence with Laney Reed and Fallon Henley, and staying a dictator over this NXT's women's division by any means necessary.
You're still not going to put respect on her name?
That's about how much respect you're going to get. By the way, are you Booker T or you are going to be in the backstage room? By the way, as we talked about before, Walter, your Mamacita lost last year at No Mercy against Jacy Jayne when Laney Reed knocked her the fuck out. And of course, Kendal Gray had her chance later this year after being the Iron Survivor and arriving to NXT, or should I say evolving to NXT, and failing to capture the title at New Year's Evil. But this time, the champion does not be factored in the decision.
Nope. And don't remind me, man. That was legit pissed that day. You remember?
Oh, I remember. I heard it. I felt it. As, of course, they do their cold open here. And again, Tatum Paxley, of course, was the last NXT Women's Champion, won it at Halloween Havoc, and lost it immediately afterwards. Kendal Gray, who was endorsed by the future by John Cena, shocked the world last year, taking everyone into the gray area after winning the Iron Survivor Challenge and held at that Evolve Women's Championship for practically 150 days. Since arriving on NXT and exploding on the scene with Win Sinclair, it's been Win QC every Tuesday and Wednesday you can get.
Are they starting with the? They keep showing this. Like, are they starting with the women's?
Yeah.
Sounds like it to me.
Shit.
I think they're going to book in the show with the world titles.
How fitting. The future of the NXT Women's Division shows the new beginning of NXT, while the future of the NXT Men's Division will be maybe a closing chapter for maybe one of not two men here in NXT. As, of course, everyone who stands delivered, we've also seen it be their swan song in defeat.
Well, at the beginning, 3 women will be standing. We got to see who delivers and who leaves with the championship.
Yeah, good to see Bollyman, Charles Schultz, Matt Helms in the chat as well. Hope everyone enjoys the discussion, the reaction, the coverage, as it's time to see who will stand deliver as NXT Women's Champion. Personal Levice is also one half of the Triple A Mixed Tag Team Champions after beating, not involved, Chelsea Green and All Ego Ethan Page down in Triple A. Of course, already scoring some gold and has been a standout since the Triple A acquisition last year at WrestleMania. and one of the longest tenured female competitors in this NXT women's division, Walter.
This is a long-ass promo video. Damn. Ah, mamacita.
There it is. I was waiting for it.
Oh, you might be ahead of me. I just got her entered.
And I just got Kendal Gray bringing us into the gray area. And I will say it once, I'll say it again. If WWE doesn't fuck this up, we are arguably looking at the greatest all-around female professional wrestler to come out of the United States, based on what I've seen so far in her short tenure in WWE. A modern-day Kurt Angle, hybrid with Chad Gable, 60-0 in her amateur wrestling background, prior to be part of the WWE system and Evolve. Been involved in wrestling, she was 13 years old. And it's taken to this stage seamlessly. Never music still as generic as ever.
She might not be up and coming anymore. She might be on the plateau now, not rising anymore.
Well, as Jacy Jayne wanted to prove she was anything but a second wheel, she wanted to be the conversation. She wanted to command the atmosphere, and she has done more than that, being the fatal influence the last calendar year. As we look back right now, she walks away to the ring on all of her greatest accomplishments this year. Of course, we saw her in the Royal Rumble. She became TNA Knockouts World Champion as well as NXT Women's Champion at the same time. And she has evolved fatal influence with Fallon Henley and Laney Reed since she has taken control of this faction. Looking to still be the fatal influence for years to come. Here comes the NXT Women's Champion, Jacy Jayne.
And remember, triple threat rules, there's no DQ. They could become a factor, the rest of fatal influence.
And we've seen how beneficial that's been. Again, Walter, with a hit and run blindly by a hooded Laney Reed, welcoming in some Southern hospitality that knocked your mama seat out and cost her the NXT Women's Championship last year at No Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
The bottom line is this. This is the situation. This is the mission statement. All we have to think about here is Jacy Jayne has to leave with the championship. Pick her moment. Pin one of these two, as she's already beaten both these ladies before, and things will continue to be the same. But if we're going to stand and deliver, we have to see change. And you might finally get your long-term wish of Lola Vice being the leader of it.
You guys think
we might literally reset the entire landscape with Kendal Gray at the forefront of it.
Do you guys think there's a strategy to this? Do you take out the champion immediately, leaving just used to one-on-one, they're guaranteeing a new champion?
That's the smart way to go, but let's not forget that Fallon Henley and Laney Reed there at ringside definitely going to be a thorn in Kendal and Lola's side.
Let's go to Mike Rome for the introductions.
Granted, Kendal has Wresn with her. Lola is solo in all this.
Yep. The Sola Mamacita.
And, of course, one half of the AAA Mixed Tag Team Champions. This will be her second chance ever at the NXT Women's, third chance, excuse me, at the NXT Women's Championship. From Las Vegas, Nevada, Kendal Gray, former Evolve Women's Champion. Second ever chance at the NXT Women's Championship. And Jacy Jayne, of course, this is her second run. She has been NXT Women's Champion now for 137 days. And this will be her fourth defense. She is 3-0 in title matches, including the one that went present to no contest after Zaria betrayed Ruca. More details on that later. She has now held the NXT Women's Championship for a combined 289 days.
And in the mix of all that, she was also the TNA Knockouts champion, let us not forget.
Made history,
bringing a little bit of order and prominence to that championship.
Well, I'll say that she was better than the current regime. Bell Reigns were underway.
I think no one wants to forget.
Look, if I
think any day of the week, year, whatever, Noah will take Jacy Jayne's reign over Arianna Grace and Ash by Elegance combined.
Oh, a combination offense here. Both women combining their efforts to take down the champion. Double front skin, Jacy Jayne driven to the outside. This match officially underway.
That's what I would do. This is it.
And of
Get her
course,
out of the
there's
way.
nothing settled with Lola Vice and Kendal Gray, considering neither woman got a definitive decision this past Tuesday. The school roll up by Kendal Gray, early going, gets a 1 count. Of course, Lola Vice coming to us from NXT, from MMA. Kendal Gray coming to us from amateur collegiate wrestling background.
Yeah, see, I just want to see this match for the sheer
Cover.
graps, the MMA and the amateur background.
Crucifix, cover.
Hey,
Shifting weight right now, and about to you might get your favorite form of wrestling right here, transitional wrestling. To your point, JJ, it was a grapple fest this past Tuesday, despite the fact neither woman never made it to the ring. A double roll cover by Jacy Jayne taking advantage, getting a 2 count. And that's the risk you got to take on a triple threat as well. If the champion finds her spot as you both are fighting amongst each other, she can easily slide in for the win.
if you know anything about MMA wrestling, amateur wrestling is a great base to have in MMA.
Mm-hmm.
Good for the Arcana roll, cover by Kendal Gray. Gets a 2 count, and Kendal from the outside. Now Lola Vice from the way, snuggling for the Arcana roll. Jacy Jayne scouting it, though. Oh, man. It runs through Lola Vice. In my opinion, I don't think neither of you, of course, watched this past Tuesday, but I did see the replay, and at the end of the day, I look at the official inside the ring, and he counted the shoulders down of Lola Vice. So technically, I think Kendal Gray should have won that match, and I still stand by that double drop kick. The cover by Kendal Gray, look at the far leg on Lola, gets a 2 count. Since when do 2 referees have a freaking dictation over a freaking match?
You read my mind. I was gonna say, since when are 2 referees involved, and the referee in the ring decision should be final? Since when does that happen?
And face luck, of course, the women's championship's on the line. Just a Ventura conspiracy theory that will never be answered.
That's
Levels
only
of stupidity.
in matches where they say there's a special enforcer that should be happening.
I understand that Fatal Influence was coming down to ringside to, for all we know, acknowledge or get both women thrown out to no contest as Kendal Gray's ripped down from the apron to the floor. But nonetheless, we find ourselves in a situation that Jacy Jayne knows how to take advantage of. Like I said before, this is not her first triple threat during her run. She beat Ruca and Zaria in a triple threat. That was her last defense. Lola Vice right now focusing on the task at hand. Kendal Gray driven and still ring steps. Jacy Jayne down at ringside. Meanwhile, referees has to take control here and watch out for Fatal Influence on the outside. There may be no disqualification, but I would think we would want a definitive winner after the conspiracy that happened on Tuesday.
Lola seems to be extremely focused. She's not doing that dancing, that popping around. She's
Cover,
look at the
2.
look on her face.
In a bygone era, doing that would actually get you on the WrestleMania marquee. You actually got to work hard to somewhat of a degree to do that nowadays, Walter.
Mm-hmm.
Now the jury is out against Jade Cargill. And right now, Jacy Jayne taken down with that stiff knee to the midsection. Another stiff knee as Lola Vice keeps her in close combat with these Irish whips. Reversal, back elbow strike denied. Taking over with the arm drag right now. Again, as I said, Lola Vice has been looking for the NXT Women's Championship now for the last 2 years. Well, wait a minute. There, I said it before. I found Henry distracting Lola, and Jacy taking advantage with a backstabber.
Just saw that backstabber.
You just talked about before, again, how, Walter, your mamacita has no amigas or accompaniment at ringside. Jacy Jayne taking a full advantage of the triple threat rules here. Senton drop, hook on the near leg. It's a 2 count. Take a look at the replay here, guys. Ugh, jeez.
Ren Sinclair's team already victorious in the countdown match. Could this be a good night for the Ren QCC?
Oh, yeah,
certainly.
right.
Well, I mean, certainly with wins like that, you would hope it would be a good night for our new rising, up-and-coming talent, our new faces. And again, here we are at Stand and Deliver in the Gateway of America, St. Louis, as this is the gateway to the future for everyone here tonight to lead NXT. Right now, Jacy Jayne holding Lola Vice in submission. Lola trying to break the grip, and Kendal Gray nowhere to be found. She's being driven in those still ring steps. And finally, Jacy Jayne relinquishing the hold and taking advantage of Lola in the corner. And Jacy Jayne, very savvy. Again, I will give the young lady credit where credit's due. Former part-time attraction. Cross body. Roll for my Jacy Jayne. Hook of the leg. And a 2 count. That was impressive. Up in the fireman's carry as Kendal Gray. Oh, jeez, gutbuster. Watch for the vice. Sit down in the cover, hook of the leg. It's a 2 count. An explosive offense there by one of the challengers here as all 3 women look to regroup. And of course, we saw Jayne's rise shortly after Stand Deliver last year, as I said earlier, when she beat Stunner Vakura out of nowhere on NXT television, but used that first run to prove all the doubters wrong about her and prove her worth as she held the championship for 151 days. Now have both challengers in the corner and rolling cannonball.
Literally out of nowhere.
Good somersault move there. Lola Vice from the outside as Jayne now focuses on the new and still far inexperienced Kendal Gray on this stage. Front kick, cover, hook on the far leg. It's a 2 count. You also got to consider that probably found him and Lady Reed have been barking strategy or trying to think of a strategy here tonight ahead of this. We've also seen found Henry and Lady Reed lose to Wen QC recently on NXT television.
I would assume they went over strategy.
Well, let's just call it what it is. Fatal Influence has no influence in NXT without the gold. And as long as it has the gold, they have that influence. Roll up a Kendal Gray. Gets a 2 count. Able to power out here. Jayne, though, again, great awareness. What a short-range lariat. Capture the near leg and a 2 count. Here fall there again for the champion. And the sense of urgency is definitely there with Jayne, knowing that the fact she doesn't have to be involved in the decision. Isolate one competitor and try and get the quick win. And again, it's been a smart strategy. First half focus on Lola. Second half now focus on Kendal. And now you see Lady Reed trying to get involved, push the announce table, but eats a rising knee strike. And Jacy catching Lola with a neckbreaker on the second rope. And again, Jayne is trying to keep this to a one-on-one contest. Inside cradle by Kendal Gray gets a 2 count.
It's never one-on-one as long as those 2 bitches are on the outside.
And the fact of the matter is, Lady Reed, again, also still new on the scene. It wasn't until No Mercy that we knew Lady Reed could be part of this Fatal Influence. After Jasmine Nix, who has communicated, sunset flip, roll through. Jayne with a PK turns Kendal grabbing over. Vicious kick. And the aggression and maybe the frustration coming out of the champion here. Follow-up senton on the lower spine. Jayne trying to encourage everyone else to recognize why she is a 2-time champ or trying to maybe remind herself why she's a 2-time champ. Again, Jayne worked for this opportunity literally for a year to stand and deliver. What would it mean for Jayne to fail at this stage? As both these women right now are trying to come back and play. And, oh, man! Powerbomb, angle slam, combination look like. And Lola Vice the cover gets a 2 count. Now Lola Vice going for the cover. And Jayne trying to cover both women back to back and gets 2 counts on each.
But is it failure if it's a final exam?
Depends on the
you
grade
know,
beforehand.
Jayne losing here, she can't take the title with her to the main roster. Could Fatal Influence be main roster bound? It's not like they couldn't use another women's tag team on the main roster.
Well, they got the Nikki Bellas for that, JJ, remember? And right now,
Who?
the lightning fast strikes. But yeah, you know, Nikki and Brie Bella, former Divas, of course,
Who?
and they're going to challenge Nikki and Brie. I believe Nikki's a 3-time Divas champion, and Brie, the wife of Bryan Danielson. And of course, you got Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, 2 former WWE Women's champions, teaming together. And Walter, I'm just going to let you do your thing here.
Uh-huh.
Oh!
Remember,
She
I'm a
backs
little
it
buddy.
up.
Ah!
Oh, good grief. I lost him. Oh! Put in some extra spice in that last one against the champion. You're welcome, Walter.
Well, Walter wants to know where he can sign up for that move.
Will
Right,
you
I'll take
stop that?
I'll take that move all day.
Oh, love of God. You're a married man. Up and over with the sunset flip and a German suplex by Kendal Gray and Lola Vice.
I ain't dead.
It's better to
Okay.
ask for forgiveness than permission.
Right.
Uh-oh, and Kendal Gray dropping the strats. Might be looking to take us into the gray zone and a pump handle suplex.
Really. If my wife got to meet Roman Reigns, I would. I don't know if I can forgive the things she would do.
Queen of the Graps right now, sending Jayne and Lola Vice on a suplex clinic. And now Kendal, oh man, got caught with that knee. Cover, match book, and Lola Vice saves the matchup.
I don't know if
Damn.
Brock Lesnar will be able to take Obafemi to Suplex City, but Kendall Gray sure is taking these ladies to Suplex City.
Every
Right.
freaking territory she could, but then she got killed almost with that knee straight to the face and folded up like an accordion. Lola Vice saving the match for now. Still to come tonight, so Ruca versus Zaria, Vanity versus Los Americanos, fatal four-way for the NXT Championship. Joe Hendry, Tony D'Angelo, Ricky Saints, and Elegant Page, and the NXT North American Championship and Women's North American Championship be on the line. As Myles, Borne, and Paxley defend against Uriah, Gargano, and Blake Monroe, respectively. All here tonight, NXT Stand Deliver in St. Louis. Jayne now squaring off with Lola Vice, drops her down to a knee. Again, Lola, though, going back to those stiff strikes to the hamstring. While Lola Vice is still undefeated in the underground, this is definitely not her regular element here.
I just got a good look at what Ren's t-shirt says.
Always something.
When in doubt, always blame a man.
Considering Charlie Dempsey is a traitor, that might be the most accurate shirt of the day. Jacy Jayne right now looking to follow up here, looking for that knee. Lola Vice. Oh, man! Spinning back heel kick. Buenos noches. Might be Kendal Gray with the save.
That's why I didn't even get excited. I knew that was going to be a breakup pin.
I'm about to say, I expect the moment that he knows that his mamacita's got the 3, I expect him to jump out of his chair, scream over both of us, count
I
in
gotta wait.
Spanish for the
I'm
win.
like a few seconds behind, so I'm going based on your
Same.
reactions.
Same. I'm a
Good
couple
Lord
seconds
Almighty,
behind too.
technology. Cazadora right now, and right now Lola Vice trying to light up Kendal Gray. Kendal Gray picking an ankle. Oh man, was looking for the ankle lock and got her head kicked off.
Oh!
Now Lola Vice in the cover. Is there enough here? Dragged to the outside by Jacy Jayne and driven back first into the apron.
I knew it based on the position of the way she positioned herself between the rope
Oh!
and the pole.
Ready PK, and I don't know if she got off it, and she also might have tweaked her ankle in the process, guys. Take a look at Jacy Jayne grabbing her ankle.
Yeah, but now she said forget all that. She realized
Well,
this
wait
is
a
her
minute.
opportunity.
Kendal Gray trying to take opportunity herself. Here we got an ankle lock in play. Gray looking to
Might be
become the
it.
NXT Women's Champion shortly after relinquishing the Evolve Women's Championship.
This might be it.
And again, Jacy Jayne very close to the ropes, looking for the break.
There's no rope break in a triple threat.
Exactly. Referee right there, perfect position. A rope through there by Jacy Jayne, shoulders down. Kendal Gray still maintaining hold of the ankle and right back into the ankle lock. Torquing as much as she can on that Achilles.
This might
And
be
there
it,
goes Lola
guys.
Vice into the submission of her own. Grapevine. We got a double submission in play here.
Oh, we're gonna get a double tap out, aren't we?
Well, if I was ever trying to see everything here, what do you follow? Jacy Jayne able to finally escape the ankle lock, and now Lola Vice and Kendal Gray stirring it up again. Double A takedown, jackknife float over, cover. 2. Lola bridges up though, and now looking for the front face guillotine.
Oh, come on, lock it in an MMA move too.
And this goes back and forth just like Tuesday night. Look at Lola Vice keeping her vice grip on the hole, but eats a knee to the face by Jacy Jayne.
Fuck.
The Rage coming out of the NXT Women's Champion tonight, looking to stand, deliver, and still be the fatal influence in NXT. Swinging a mid, off the rolling auger. Oh, back elbow strike! Looking for the spinning Baptist, Lola Vice missile. Arm breaker by Kendal Gray. Step over into the Jujigatami. Attempted cross arm breaker coming into play. Lola
Come
Vice
on,
goes
Kendal.
down reversal. I bet
If anybody knows how to reverse an arm breaker, it's Lola.
Oh! Back fist, but no, there's the Lola Vice. The gravity center to the outside of the ring, and Jacy Jayne's coming to consciousness.
Holy shit.
But Kendall's
And
right there
Jacy
by
Jayne
the rope.
cover. Oh, and Lola Vice, to your point, put Kendal Gray's foot on the ropes and saved the matchup.
But that shouldn't even count.
At the split-second moment, again, no disqualification. It doesn't matter if you impromptu assist your opponent. At
Yeah,
the end of the
but there's
day,
no rope
Lola
break.
Vice just saved the NXT Women's Championship. Uh-oh. Oh, wait a minute. How Fatal Influence trying to get in play. Swing and a miss. Wait a minute. Sinclair! Double cross body wipes out Laney Reed and Fallon Henley.
Let's go, Ren.
Claire, even in the odds here right now, and neutralizing Jacy Jayne's assistants and associates. Oh, rolling sets up from the end of the floor
It
without
may be
Lola.
Saturday, but we turned it into Wednesday.
And now we've
Jacy
got
Jayne.
nobody in the ringside area. It's just one-on-one-on-one.
And Jacy
Jacy's
Jayne right
insurance
now,
policy is gone.
Yeah, Jacy Jayne right now is panicking. You can see it all over her face. Meanwhile, Kendal Gray moonsault to the outside.
Okay. Anybody else going black aside from me?
Yes.
Yes.
Again, it's you two. This is what we think. And right now, there's no one left. And Kendal Gray from the top, the same way she won the Iron Survivor too. And Lola catching her though. Oh man, Lola have a great fight. Short her down, roll through. Oh man, Lola Vice though trying to hold on to it. Body vine.
Come on, Lola.
Looking for the sleeper hold. Jacy Jayne, though, coming to consciousness. And Kendal Gray holding Lola Vice up in her body. Oh, man. Broke first into the top rope. Rolling on, Kirk. Connects to Kendal Gray. Drives to the outside. Spinning back to Lola Vice. And the counter. Lola Vice is the new NXT Women's Champion.
Hell yeah.
She finally did it.
Holy shit!
Your Mamacita, it's finally a Campionia! What a moment for Lola Vice saying buenas noches to this fatal influence and stand and delivering tonight.
Well, Priest's gonna be celebrating.
How good must that feel after what happened to her at No Mercy, putting the champion also in the equation? Incredible opening triple threat match with these women. Kendal Gray, again, the star, in my opinion, with the grabs and the flight. I thought she had her with that impact DDT up the top rope, the same way she went there in Survivor. Great awareness by Lola Vice, though, trying for the quick pin follow-up and staying on that submission hold. As she saw Jacy Jayne in her sights, Jacy Jayne hit the rolling encore on Kendal Gray, but Lola Vice countered back with the spinning back fist. Buenas noches to Jacy Jayne's run and fatal influence's influence.
Dude, I'm holding back tears right now. Woo!
Regardless, we have a brand new NXT Women's Champion, and her name is Lola Vice. Congratulations. And congratulations, Walter. I think you just got the best thing you could this month.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like everybody's holding back tears. Like, I'm fighting them back. Walter's fighting them back. Lola's fighting them back. Even Jacy looked like she was happy for her and wanted to cry.
Like I said, lazy booking aside, this was the match I was most excited for because all three of those women deserve to stand and deliver despite my thoughts on fatal influence. And by the way, to answer your question, as I stay professional, 110% earlier. You're absolutely correct. That being said, Jacy Jayne, commendable run in evolving the drive to be champion in this women's division as her run is done. Great effort by Kendal Gray, coming up just short again. Congratulations to Lola Vice, long overdue. As we got a commercial break, fuck television or YouTube. What? I'm already sweating for my blazer. That was actually a pretty damn good match. Good stuff.
Walter, your Mamacita just won the title. What are you going to do now?
I'm going to Vegas.
Really, JJ? Really? That question? Really?
Yep. Hey, Lee.
Shout out to Lily, Dwayne Atkinson, and Nicholas Ferrantes, and Matthew Huzzer that also have joined the chat, and Safet. Thank you all for tuning in again. Thank you everybody that's tuning in. Please subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. And we do this for all the biggest shows, specials, pay-per-views, PLEs, and other forms of showcases across all things professional wrestling, WWE, NXT, ROH, TNA, AEW, HOG, GCW, Independent Bullshit Galore, and so much more as we head closer and closer to WrestleMania week. And that was indeed the first match. And again, the women set the bar.
First match of the main card because we did have the countdown match. So technically the second, first of the main card though, Nick, yes.
No one cares about that shit. That being
It was
said,
a good match. It was a good match. It didn't end the way I thought it would, but it was solid. It was entertaining.
I'll take your word for it.
The match is worth watching, if for nothing else, but to watch Wresn goof around. Because I love that girl. Her and Charles had a face-to-face in the match. Even Charles was like, I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to fight you. And she was like, fuck that. And just started chopping him and beating him up for being traitorous. It was entertaining.
I'll take your word for it. And again, you look folks continue following us here at the Sip Lava Studios, where this coming weekend we will be covering AEW Dynasty, as well as predicting Thursday night, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next week, Saturday, stay tuned for our WrestleMania schedule, as well as the annual, as they expect me to always do it, Timeless Superman reaction. That will be all next week, Saturday, as well, as that continues. Well, JJ, your brand, the only brand that matters in WWE with a realistic women's division, has a brand new women's champion. We all know how he feels just based on pure Mamacita love, his original Mamacita on his list, Orale. But go ahead and speak, man. How do you feel about this?
I'm very Harvey Dent about this because on the one hand, I can't be mad. Lola's put in her time and the work, and she deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, and I said it on Simply Predicting, I said it on our pre-show, what was the point in Kendal relinquishing the Evolve title and then she didn't win the title here?
Exactly.
She's been on the roster long enough, still being the Evolve champion. They could have had her still as Evolve champion, doing double duty.
Yeah, that she was doing that previously. To your point, she won the Iron Survivor as the Women's champion. Please continue.
So it just, that part of it makes no sense to me. You know, to have Jacy retain and her relinquish the title makes no sense. To have Lola win and her relinquish the title made no sense. For her to relinquish the title and become NXT Women's Champion, for Kendal to essentially evolve into a full-blown NXT star, would have made sense to me.
So here's my thinking, and this is just me thinking truly on Kendal Gray's ability. Like I said, her and Lola had arguably the most competitive, best women's match so far this year in WWE, and it ended in a double pin submission. Basically, let's call it this, no contest, a draw. The way I see it is this. Kendal Gray has not been Lola Vice one-on-one. Lola Vice has not been in Kendal Gray one-on-one. And both women are proving a point why they deserve to be called NXT Women's Champion. As far as I'm concerned, Jayne, her fiddle influence has ran the last year and has only elevated the NXT Women's Championship in the division. There, you're welcome. So let's just let Kendal Gray and Lola Vice figure things out amongst themselves and let Kendal Gray become the one contender a different way and finally see these two go one-on-one and see how much Kendal Gray truly evolves to winning the NXT Women's Championship. Because I mark my words, Kendal Gray, she's going to the NXT Women's Championship sooner rather than later this year.
I agree. And Walter, I think Los Americanos watched the GCW last call from last night, because didn't you say that there were spots with sombreros and shit?
Orale. Well, I
Walter,
go for my...
you're muted.
They're muted. Botch.
The most stereotypical shit. Now they're trying to top it.
Anyway, I was going to say from a lazy booked match that might be my match of the night to the match I care the least about. But the match that JJ wants to maybe crow about, as we have the Vanity Project coming in to defend the NXT Tag Team Championships. You put these guys stock up there with Busta and the Brain. So for those that don't know, please further elaborate.
I just see a world of potential in these guys. Like, you got to figure, Walter and I discovered these guys, Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes. Ricky Smokes has the chest tattoo. We discovered these guys around the same time that we discovered YDNP. Mm-hmm. You know, both teams young, both teams hungry to prove themselves, both teams dominant in their respective brands, and both teams with just a world of potential. Now, Jackson Drake, the third member of the Vanity Project, the member in the suit, is a singles star. You know, he's the type of guy that can be North American champion, possibly even at some point NXT World Champion. These two, though, I don't see them as anything other than a tag team at this point in time. But the world is their oyster, man, and I think that's why they've been given Los Americanos, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, because those guys know how to bring the best out of somebody, how to show their true potential. We got Ricky Smokes in the ring now with, I'm not sure if that's Reyo or Bravo. I guess that's Bravo with the B on his tight there.
There are so many things going through my mind right now that are all negative and somewhat stereotypical, and I'm just going to shut my mouth and call this action. But
Yeah, but
arm
just
drag.
focus on the work that the Vanity Project does, because I don't know if they were a tag team prior to Evolve, but their chemistry is just top tier. Like, you would think these guys have been teaming for like a decade together.
What?
They have the same kind of chemistry that Busta and the Brain do.
Oh,
And let's not forget that Busta and the Brain have only been a team for not even a full year yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely high praise coming from you when it comes to the most recognized independent tag team of the year last year. As right now, Reyo and Bravo just split the uprights.
Okay,
I
so
believe
Bravo has the
Smokes.
blue mask, Reyo has the red mask.
Bloody hell.
Reyo red, Bravo blue. Makes sense. Okay.
Apparently,
Good way to remember.
Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes, to your point, this is not the first time we've seen them as a tag team. They've had tag for quite a while through 2024 through Wrestling Open, where they were known as the Swipe Right.
Yes. That's their original team name. And then when they got with Jackson Drake and Zeta Steel, who is now All Elite Ring of Honor, they formed the stable known as the Vanity Project. But Swipe Right is still their tag team name.
Fair enough. Formerly the A1 Tag Team Champions and the new Tag Team Champions for NEW. So this would mark their fourth Tag Team Championship accolade for this team that's been together since basically November 2024. Oh, man, just got a big right hand.
So they haven't even been a team a full 2 years yet, and they joined the ID program with not even really having been a team for more than 6 months.
Correct.
So again, my Bust in the Brain comparison is doubly stands now, because they've only been a team for 5 months longer than Jordan Oliver and Alex Price.
And apparently they've done nothing but been a tag team together in their respective careers. Looking at both men's accolades, Brad Baylor, of course, very young in his career, started wrestling back in 2021.
They're basically the captain of the football team, and they're two good buddies that run around with jocks, confident, run around the high school, and got the most punchable faces that everybody hates. That most guys hate on, but all the women love them. Like that's who they are.
Noah, when once you were a wee lad, did you ever watch Saved by the Bell?
No.
Because it's literally Zach Morris and AC Slater.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're high school students. Got it. Off the top rope, big moonsault by Reyo, and here I thought they were a reject boy band. Cover 2, count only. Yet Team
their promo on the pre-show definitely gave that vibe. We made that joke.
Yeah.
So are they in sync or Backstreet Boys?
Well, there's only 3 of them, so more like the Jonas Brothers, but still.
That's even worse. Up the ropes, Reyo out of the corner.
The Jonas Brothers are at least talented, write their own songs, and play their own music.
The cover 2, count only on Reyo.
Hanson, I guess?
Maybe Hanson.
Oh, God.
Their hair is too short for Hanson, though.
Mm-hmm.
But Ricky Smokes has just been dominating this match so far. Brad Baylor barely been involved, and Jackson Drake just being the court jester on the outside.
He looks like a court jester. Ricky Smokes,
there's a fair comparison. They're the new 3 count. Shannon Moore, Evan Courageous, and Sugar Shane Helms.
Ricky Smokes has been wrestling a little longer, by the way, folks, since 2019, in case y'all are wondering.
Nick
right
says
now, Ricky
the
Smokes
Timu frat house.
Well, I haven't seen Red Solo Cups yet, nor them drunk, so the jury is out. Right now, trying to trap the arm, and Reyo, what is Reyo thinking here out of the corner? Sunset flip, power bomb, and up and over goes Ricky. Might be smoked at 2 counts.
Looking forward to you joining the shenanigans as well, Jeff.
Good Lord. Up and over on his freaking head out of that sunset flip around the corner as El Grande Americano hypes up his amigos from the outside. Irish Whip trying to rally his boys here. Jumping splash, tag made.
Blind tag from Baylor.
Well, again, that awareness by each other. Shoulder break over the knee. Cover 2, count only for the champions. And to your point, though, like you said, of course, like we talked about Kendal Gray, the Vanity product literally came on to NXT just literally a month and a half ago and took the NXT Tag Team Championship from Dark State.
And I know how much you just love Dark State as champs, Noah, so this has got to at least be a subtle improvement.
Yeah, anything's more of improvement than Dark State. That's fair. I'll give you that. Fatal suplex there. Backdrop driver by Reyo, who's looking to make the tag now to Bravo.
Last year, all members of the Vanity Project were in the Clusterfuck Battle Royal presented by GCW, including Zeta Steel, who met the big boots of Human Tornado.
And, of course, they all got WID, and the rest is history. Tag made, as, of course, Evolve became the new farm for WWE talent in their genesis. Nice dropkick, powerbomb, cover, 2 count only up that combination offense.
I love that double team move. They do that a lot. I love that one.
Double impact right there with the whiplash effect to the head, both on the way down and on impact here. And they've isolated Reyo for most of this match, leaving Bravo out of play.
Rayo's back is red as hell. His shoulder right there.
Ooh. Reyo right now trying to fight out of the corner here, as you see right now, fighting off the world. Ricky Smokes holding on the apron, taken down, and Brad wins to the second turnbuckle. Tag made. And here comes Bravo with a high crossbody.
Bravo on that freaking crossbody.
And not bad. Pop up. Oh! Face buster. Almost a freelance flapjack there. And taking up and over the bat body drop here.
And fuego.
About to say I was waiting for Walter to do some Spanish commentary, so we don't have freaking Relegado de Lucha. I wonder what he thinks of both these teams. Oh! In Tijuana, wherever he's from. Still a jury is out how the hell he came into WrestleMania last year, but that's a whole different conversation.
Right? It's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
What
the hell? What the world? Bravo! That was 2 grown men that he single-armed suplexed.
Ole!
A big, strong, I don't know.
Boy.
He does seem like that. I just saying. And now almost a chin-lock airplane spin. What the hell?
I was going to ask for confirmation because I definitely believe that Bate is Bravo.
Certainly has the build for him. Drop kick. Oh, man. Driven down on his head with that driver at the cover by Reyo. And
Baylor with the timely save there. Now throwing Bravo out. Reyo with the clothesline sending Baylor over the top rope.
It's all breaking down. And right now, the 2 legal men are in the ring. Oh, man. Sidestep, face first in the second turnbuckle by Ricky Smokes. And here comes the tag now to Brad Baylor as they have isolated Reyo. And right now, the Vanity product might be looking to finish this. Airplane spin, tope suicida, sidewalk slam, takedown, kick out at 2.5 by Reyo.
Baylor's starting to get frustrated, but he can't let himself get too frustrated. It'll make a rookie mistake.
A seamless combination, though, JJ, to your point, with that tag team finish and neutralizing its tag team. Okay, now what does this prove? Why is Vanity Product going after the mask? Maybe we'll find out for sure who this is. And again, I don't know if that's going to be a disqualification, but nonetheless, right now, the Vanity Product, trying to unmask a luchador. Stepping in Zaguri, though, by Reyo. Out of the second. Oh, man! Caught with a knee in the midsection. And now Brad caught. Oh! Sit-down style cover of the X-Plex. Kick out at 2 by Brad Baylor.
Jackson Drake fanning himself on the outside. He knows that was way too close.
Yeah, I've seen Pete Dunne use that X-Plex into a freaking arm bar. Wait a minute. What did El Grande Americano just give freaking Bravo?
That plate for the mask.
Wait a minute.
The loaded mascara.
Hold on, un momento. That's a foreign object. Oh! And misfire. Oh, rising knee strike. And right now, so far, Bravo's getting jacked. And what the hell? Again, a combination offense here with the assisted suplex drop. And Reyo with the senton drop breaks the pinfall.
I told you, the Americanos are the only team that it depends on what show they're on. Because in NXT, they're faces. On Raw, they're heels. On AAA, they're faces. Like, damn it.
Yeah, coming all borders, apparently, and all company brands, it seems. And again, the plate inside his mask. How did the Vanity Product not hurt themselves attacking that plate?
He knows it's in there, look.
Yeah, to your point, it looks like Ricky Smokes Smokes just took the plate out of the mask and just sticked it. Wait a minute. Well, right now, Brad Baylor's on the with Reyo on it. Oh man, apron power bomb. And again, runs with that knee strike, sends Reyo down. I believe.
What the hell? The point of?
I believe Bravo and Ricky Smokes are legal, by the way. And Grande Americano doesn't know, by the way, that Ricky Baylor has that steel plate in his trunks. Oh!
But they should know he doesn't feel it in his mask anymore.
Well, I bet you Ricky's feeling it right now in the one spot he didn't want to, below the belt in his huevos. And Reyo,
he's
take over to Harris, and Bravo with the splash. Reyo is
he
legal.
landed right on the pelvis there, which is where the plate is.
Cover, two-back press, win! Nearly got new tag
champion. That's why he backed up. He got hurt. He landed right on the plate.
It doesn't seem to be showing any signs of an injury, but to your point, that crossbody was right on the midsection and the lower tier of Ricky Smokes, who found a way to kick out that combination offense. Jackson and Drake a little bit at split ends at ringside here, it looks like. And for those that don't know, for those that don't know, by the way, Los Americanos got this opportunity besting the Vanity Product and other tag teams throughout their short tenure here in NXT. Now Brad Baylor going after the fingers. What the world? Wait a minute. Make a wish!
That's usually somebody else's cup of tea.
Yeah, Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. I don't know if he would approve of this pretty boy using it. Oh, man! And Reyo just clocked him with that elbow. Pop and bang! Okay, so these two must be students of Spirit Strong style. Freaking clothesline, rebound off the top rope. And now Topic on Hilo for the top and middle. Wipes up Ricky Smokes. And meanwhile, bitter hand! What the hell? Cover! Oh, man!
I was going to say, no freaking way Vanity Project is losing these titles.
Oh, you freaking kidding me.
They got me with that one.
I don't know, man. The Americanos may be giving some clues as to who's under those masks, though.
And Pete Dunne and freaking Tyler Playbook pokes. Wait a minute. They just keep
now Jackson Drake with the plate, but here comes El Grande Americano.
He just wiped him out with a flying headbutt, turned him inside out. Whoa! And Brad Baylor wipes out El Grande Americano. He's flying everywhere. Now Reyo wipes him by Bravo. The boot turned him sideways. I believe Bravo's legal. Front kick drops Brad Baylor to a knee. And right now looking for a double team. Ricky Smokes sends Reyo. Hard landing on the apron face first. Ricky Smokes, though, caught, though. The drive-by, Bravo. And right now, Bravo. And oh, man! What the hell?
Jackson Drake with the loaded plate in the right hand.
And right now, the Vanity Pro taking advantage. And Smokes is legal up the double stump. Double CDT, and that is it.
Huge win for the future of the tag division, the Vanity Project.
And they took a group effort here, but in all fairness, being a devil's advocate, we saw Grande Americano and how heavily involved he was here. But regardless, to your point, Vanity Project outlasts Los Americanos and are still the NXT Tag Team Champions. And it was a hell of a game effort. Well, that is definitely the biggest win I've seen by this new tag team on the scene. Again, that steel plate was being passed around the entire time, and El Grande Americano wiped out Jackson Drake on the outside with that flying headbutt, but he still had the plate in hand. And as the bodies were flying everywhere, behind the ref's back, to your point, JJ, that was a loaded fist with that plate.
Little coup de grace reverse DDT finished their double team maneuver to pick up the 3 count.
What the hell they call that?
I'm not sure.
Well, call it effective nonetheless. Vanity Product still NXT Tag Team Champions.
I should call it in vain or something.
Congratulations, as much as I really don't know much about these two, to Ricky Smokes and Brad Baylor and Jackson Drake for that matter.
But did this match make you want to learn more about them? Do you see what I'm talking about now?
There's potential. But that's what NXT is supposed to be about, potential. And the potential of the implosion that I expected to ensue with the Birthright, as they call themselves, might as well have been unbirthed, against Winston, Sinclair and company, was everything I thought it was going to be according to these replay highlights. As you and Walter called this 10-man clusterfuck.
Person.
Oh, that's right. There was women involved. Well, one woman. Anyway.
2 women, Arianna, Grace, and Wresn.
Well, there's Wren, and then there's... Never mind. I'm not going to do that tonight.
Look. Just because you're not a fan of her does not negate the fact that she's a woman, okay? She's not a trans. She's not anything like that. She is still a member of the female species.
She's a Jezebel. Even they are members of the female species, I suppose, but I'll give you that. As when Sinclair stood tall during the countdown alongside Hank and Tank and the other 2.
Shiloh Hill and E.K. Prosper.
These 2. This is the weirdest couple. I don't know what friendship, whatever. These 2.
Look, Tatum has been looking for somebody to understand her for a while.
Understand her.
And I think Shiloh is like the perfect person to be a friend, possibly more. Who knows what'll transpire, but like sexy red.
Takes me right out of it.
Yeah,
well, there's your
hey, Ricky Saints.
Sexy red gives the normal guy blue balls.
Right. We were saying in the intro, Noah, since you weren't here for it, that where's Kevin Nash to give her a jackknife powerbomb after rocking a chain that says Big Sexy?
Well, it's not about her, thankfully, but coming up next is the most personal rivalry in NXT's women's roster recent memory and history. What started last year might end on the same stage it began, as Ruca and Zaria are about to stand and deliver one-on-one after this commercial break. Fuck YouTube.
While we take a quick commercial break, let's go ahead and run one of our trailers. Show you everything that we'll be covering WrestleMania week, and then we'll come back.
I almost was going to say a bad word, but yeah, that's a good segue. Do it.
And now for a taste of things to come.
Yes, folks, indeed. We are bringing you more professional wrestling coverage than ever during the week of professional wrestling, virtually from Las Vegas, Nevada, WrestleMania week. Stay tuned for further details and all the watch-alongs and all the coverages here at the SIP Reliable Studios. We truly want to continue to encompass, embrace, celebrate, engage, pontificate, analyze, criticize, react, watch along, and bring you knowledge, coverage, and energy and excitement to all the wrestling and combat sports and all from sports too, especially Walter being in his proverbial MMA heaven as he will be going through Bloodsport live. And most of the attractions you saw, by the way, these gentlemen will also be going to live.
Can't wait.
I kind of wish they booked Lola now with that championship.
Control yourself, bruv. Again, congratulations to Lola Vice, the new NXT Women's Champion. Well fought by the Vanity Project, outsmarting Los Americanos, who took a lot from Pete Dunne and Tyler Bates' playbook. Blech. Tyler Bates' playbook. Anyway. As of course, WrestleMania week is literally on 2 weeks away from WrestleMania to the day, gentlemen. The showcase of the Immortals running through a damn wasteland through the city of sin, echelon into the future on the friggin' Tron Express, according to the graphic dynamic. And of course, John Cena, the GOAT, he will be hosting it. And of course, we had developments happen on SmackDown regarding one of our main events. Stay tuned for further conversation on that. during the shenanigans. As we look at the story of Zaruka and the rise and the wave of momentum that Ruca has been surfing, why Zaria may simply been a company.
Surfs up. Ain't no hanging 10 after this.
It was last year, guys, that NXT Stand and Deliver in that ladder match when it came down to the NXT Women's North American Championship that Zaria and Ruca were the last two women on the ladder, and out of mutual respect, it felt like Ruca was the one to seize the prize and follow those momentous tides. Of course, at one point, injury caught up to her, and we literally saw Ruca was unable to compete. But Zaria was willing to defend on her behalf, courtesy of Ruca's blessing. Of course, that led to the rise of the glamour. And ever since then, we've just seen the tensions continue to spill and build since losing out on SmackDown, since losing out Evolution, since losing out on opportunity after opportunity against Ruca. As Zaria basically felt like that she has been nothing more but Ruca's partner. You know, it really is one of those things where I hate to say it, but it is a tale as old as tag team wrestling itself. It's the Mario Jannetty and the Shawn Michaels. And at the end of the day, you know which one's in which role.
Yep.
It's only at the top. At one point, we saw Zaria throw the damn talent on Ruca's match.
Mm-hmm. Now you got to question if that really was because she was trying to save her.
Or because he was trying to embarrass her. And the ultimate embarrassment came when Ruca was pinned by Jayne in a record 7 seconds after Zaria speared her and snatched her soul. And this, what many thought was a proverbial friendship, mutual partnership. I don't know. Personally, when I heard Zaria's promo and them go face-to-face, all I heard was envy and sour grapes. At the end of the day, you're not Ruca. Ruca has made a bigger connection to the WWE Universe than you, and you can't accept it.
Maybe, but everything was just kind of handed to Zaria, and she took Ruca. She took Zaria for granted.
Well, Ruca, I mean, every chance she got, she vouched for Zaria to be alongside her so they could ride the momentum together or have opportunities together. How many times did they challenge for the TNA and WWE Women's Tag Team Championships? How many times did Ruca vouch for Zaria? Ruca was the one that vouched for Zaria to challenge Lee for the TNA Knockouts World Championship. You're telling me that Zaria has not had opportunities alongside her?
That's fair.
Yep, she just couldn't take advantage of them.
Shout out to the over 100 of y'all, by the way, that are watching us in our coverage of WWE, NXT Stand and Deliver, NXT's WrestleMania presentation, as it were, their final exam as we get ready for Ruca to take on Zaria.
And this might literally be one woman's last stand. I would argue if Zaria loses here, she will never stand on her own because Zaria, simply put, said that tonight, I am not removing myself as the victim of this story. I am removing you as the mistake in it. You only have so many opportunities to fix your mistakes of your past. So says you. And in my opinion, this is Zaria's last chance to fix that mistake 1 year later that started last year at this event.
I don't know if she has more to prove to Soul or more to prove to herself.
Yes.
Well, that being in mind, JJ, when you consider that this woman, the former Delta, was encouraged by mommy Rhea Ripley to become a WWE superstar, and she's done anything but unleash brutality, it's hard to argue with what Walter said right there, that you basically just accepted the point of. Again, if Zaria doesn't stand and deliver here, she might as well never evolve in NXT. And it looks like we're not going to waste any time here, so Ruca immediately looks to come in on the attack, spring inside there with a clothesline.
Ooh, this is a different fire to Soul.
Well, considering Ruca's been betrayed by arguably the closest friend she had in NXT, who has been again with her the last calendar year, I don't blame her. And she even comes for the NXT Women's Championship, not once but twice.
Well, I know Jeff wouldn't enjoy this version of Soul Ruca. She's wearing OG Mighty Ducks colors.
Now, we'll see who's more mighty here. Elbow straight to the back of the head. Front kick by Ruca here, who again, with a win over Baylor at Saturday night's main event last year and becoming part of the final three, this is where Rumble just gets lariat by Zaria. Everything looks to move forward only for Ruca, and Zaria can't stand to be in the same ring or roster alongside her. Oh my gosh.
It's though, is Soul too emotionally involved in this, because we know what happens when you let emotions get the best of you in a wrestling match.
Well, you can say the same about Zaria. She's the one that pulled the trigger first, so who's more emotionally driven at this point? Oh man.
At this point, I would say Soul, and Zaria has to be careful for that Kinesio tape. She's coming out with a huge target on her arm.
And she just tattooed Ruca's face with her boots.
Right.
At the end of the day, in this business, if you're not looking to be at the top, then what are you doing in it? But sometimes going alongside a friend actually helps you more. And again, I think Zaria is trying to prove a point that she doesn't need anybody, and she should be the one that's part of the conversation. Injuries or freaking targets be damned. As long as you make a statement, that's all that Zaria wants to do tonight.
I told Walter in the pre-show, Zaria is the only sexy red I need.
Zaria jumping in with the elbow strike here. Oof. This woman who was formerly involved against Jordan Grace when she was going after the TNA Knockouts World Championship. A standout down under in Australia, got on WWE's radar during the Australian tryouts when WWE was last in Perth. And Ruca, with no previous wrestling acumen, coming to us from a background in gymnastics, all collegiate athlete here, has literally surfed the waves of NXT without ever holding the NXT Women's World Championship.
Sorry, it's just mean and aggressive. Every move has some crazy intent.
Well, you would think Zaria has all the tools to be a force to be reckoned with here in NXT, and to be anything but. Now just hoisting up Ruca, literally hanging her in this chokehold for the referee's 5 count. Again, this is a traditional match, by the way, folks. It's not gimmick, it's not no disqualification, but it might as well become that sort of atmosphere. Oh, and caught with a thrust kick out of the corner.
You only got till 5 to release it.
Still a lot of damage you can do. And Ruca right now, the corner, caught by Zaria, though. And the power with the faraway slam. And right now, shoots the half cover, hook of the far leg. It's a 2 count. I mean, again, I don't think you can put soul and selfish in the same sentence at all this year. She's been one of the most humble individuals I've seen this last calendar year in the business and in WWE. Because everything she did was literally for the betterment of Ruca.
That's not the way Zaria tells it. That's not her story. She ain't sticking to it.
Clearly, and again, we've seen the tensions develop ever since they lost at Evolution for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, and when Ruca was declared, of course, the market contender for the NXT Women's North American Championship. And of course, when she earned the NXT Women's Championship opportunity, that was probably the last proverbial straw that broke the camel's back. As we saw, she literally speared her out of that match with those peak curve stomp there. And obviously, Zaria is unleashing a full year of pent-up frustration cover. Look at the far leg, and a 2 count, wants to take her time. It's not about a win. It's about punishment and self-redemption here, I think, more than anything for Zaria. Now, googling Ruca, and Ruca trying to fight back here. Oof. Big uppercut. I mean, at the end of the day, when the opportunity is presented to you, not given to you, and I think that's also the misdemeanor here. Oh, man. Ruca lands on her feet. Ruca was called to be in the Royal Rumble. She wasn't like, congratulations, you're in the Royal Rumble. Hey, you want to be in it? Why wouldn't you take the opportunity? Why wouldn't you support your friend in that opportunity, even if it's in Saudi Arabia? Short-range spear by Zaria here, and obviously, to JJ's point, both women not coming in at 100%. The wear and tear, and probably the emotional wear and tear, is definitely getting to both. Drop kick takes Zaria up and over. And again, we were arguing that this stage would be where Ruca would be coming in as NXT Women's Champion or becoming it.
Yep.
And right now, Zaria and Ruca set with a German suplex up and over. Again, you see the rage right now in Zaria, just probably plotting her next move here, thinking about everything she's doing. Is one step closer to removing the biggest mistake in her WWE career. Self-proclaimed. Back elbow strike, and Ruca turns sideways. Now Zaria again ascending the ropes in the corner. The back elbow strike we saw us earlier from Zaria, and Ruca, great awareness. These elbows to the side of the temple. Big kick to the side of the head.
Zaria better stay out them corners before she get her soul snatched.
About to say, and we've seen so far no one's been able to kick out of the Soul Snatcher. Whoa! Big Hurricane run out of the corner by Ruca. And right now, Zaria and Ruca, both women worse for wear here as we're at a point of reset. And neither woman able to capitalize off that high-risk maneuver.
She's holding her abdomen hard.
Well, you figure out, again, the damage done to the core so far in this match. And there you see almost a rage, to JJ's point, they have not seen out Ruca, I don't think, ever in her career, as both women meet eye to eye in the middle of the ring.
There was no
now
fun,
they come face to
she
face.
ran right out, skipped her whole entrance and everything. We never seen this side of her.
Well, at the end of the day, someone's claiming to be the victim, the other one's claiming to be a mistake. Or the other one to be a mistake.
This ain't business. This is personal.
Oh, jeez. This gives me shades of Trick Mello game where we saw him ascend and he only wanted Trick to be alongside him. But the difference there was Carmelo Hayes only wanted Trick to be as accomplished. Here, Ruca saw Zaria as an equal. Get to the midsection, elbow to point the back of the head, swing and a miss. And Ruca now getting the better of this exchange. Irish whip reversal, Zaria off the ropes. Back elbow strike, takes Zaria down. Ruca now trying to build forward off this fury of offense.
It's a nice way to avoid that.
Irish whip reversal. Oh, man!
Ooh, what the heck?
Using the momentum for an assisted deadlift German. Now Ruca up to the second rope out of the corner with a missile drop kick.
Good job, cameraman.
Just driving all of her body weight through the chest of Zaria. Still hard for me not to say Ruca because I've literally known this team as that since last year, Stand and Deliver. And the big last year was a freaking ladder match. It wasn't like there was a damn excuse. They knew what they were going into. Front face lock, and oh my gosh. And oh man. Whoa.
She could have got seriously hurt right there the way she was hanging.
Well, both women were hanging proverbially on each side of the steel ring rope. That was a nasty fall there for, I think, Zaria more than Ruca, who got whiplashed inside the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Irish whip reversal. No, not thought it was going to be a reversal, but again, Ruca right now just further working the lower spine of Zaria, obviously looking to soften her up for that soul snatcher. As again, that has been the one move so far in WWE that no one, to JJ's point, has kicked out of.
And that's pressure move indeed.
Pressure makes diamonds, of course, and the pressure has not been greater for either of these women here tonight at Stand and Deliver, NXT's proverbial WrestleMania. And to my point, might be looking at the stats. Oh, man! Look at the soul snatcher and got snatched with a super kick. And low bridge as Zaria sent to the outside, probably looking for the spear.
If anybody knows Ruca, it's going to be Zaria. Knows how to counter and knows what she's going to go for.
And to your point, the close individual to occur off the bottom rope. Uh-oh, got goozled.
On the stage, Noah.
What? We're going to be able to escape. Swing and a miss off the second. Soul Snatcher!
But it's not a falls count anywhere or anything, so it doesn't matter. She's still got to get Zaria into the ring.
And to your point, the referee checking on both women as they crash on that elevated steel walkway. Take a look at the replay.
To JJ's point, she did herself a disservice because now she's got dead weight she's got to pick up to put back in the ring.
Or literally drag her by her neck.
And Zaria is a little bit beefier than Soul, so that's more weight.
Devil to tell the tape, we know who holds the weight advantage here and the leverage of strength. But the spirit might be the difference here versus the hatred.
Holy shit, that's a beautiful camera shot.
And Zaria rising from the dead for revenge, it looks like. Something out of a horror movie. And so Ruca, oh man, speared inside the ring.
That was great camera work.
The short-range spear, I'm not sure how much Zaria got of it, though, and how effective it was. Now hoisting up Soul on the shoulders again. To your point, though, JD, that bad shoulder. Now Soul out of the corner. Soul Snatcher! Shoots the half cover! Under the legs! No!
Holy shit!
Zaria just kicked out of the Soul Snatcher.
That's the first time someone's kicked out of Saruka's finisher.
Take a little replay. She got all of it, too. It might have cost her rolling her twice away from the ropes.
Yeah, you're right. Good point, Walter. That split-second ring awareness or setup might have cost Soul this match. And right now, Soul might be looking for something new here. Springing off the top rope. Oh, man, 450 into a spear. And we've seen Zaria break people in half with that move. Looking for nothing but destruction. Maybe the kiss of death on the shoulders. F5! Cover, 2, and Zoe! Wow. Well, what is it going to take now, guys? Both women have pulled out their best move and survived each other. We've been going for each woman's head right now.
What do I got to do?
This is the pressure of what it means to stand and deliver. What are you willing to do, and what's it going to take to get the win tonight? Will you feel like you're trying to remove a year-long mistake?
The emotions and this being personal just fuels them to be able to kick out of stuff they normally wouldn't. Zaria, is she having mercy?
Sorry I said you made me do this. I can imagine what those words are that Ruca and Zaria are exchanging. And Zaria having none of it. Jesus!
Zaria giving Soul some head.
Yeah, about to say massive headbutt barrage here. And right now, Zaria,
Avalanche F5?
I sense disaster and Zaruka's destruction. Zaruka trying to fight back, though, with these elbows to the side of the head. And Zaria now perched on the top rope.
She might snatch her Soul from up.
And get all the pressure on that right shoulder. This is a dangerous territory for both these women. Ooh!
Hell yeah.
Big right hand exchange here between Zaria and Ruca. The death of Ruca is at hand here tonight, gentlemen. And Ruca, oh man, avalanche facebuster!
X Factor.
Off the second rope, Soul Snatcher! Shoots the half row, the inside of the ring, the cover. Zaria wipes out, Ruca stands and delivers.
That's bullshit.
Agreed. I'm not really mad because I do like Soul, but Zaria needed that dub.
And to your point, what does this mean now? Again, Zaria, she called her shot. She demanded this spotlight and this chance, trying to remove what she thought was a year-long mistake, and Ruca prevails. So who really is the victim, and who really is the mistake, and who really is in the wrong here? This was the moment right here that you thought that Zaria was finally ready to put away Ruca once and for all, showing no love, showing nothing but rage. And as you said, Walter, Avalanche X Factor and one last emphatic Soul Snatcher was all that was needed to finally put down Zaria and remove the Ruca chapter once for all. More for Ruca, who wins tonight, stand and deliver.
Zaria's in the back of the line now. I don't know where she goes from here.
To the dark, I would say. The darkness of her own mistakes. Congratulations to Ruca, who wins this grudge match and might be on her way one step closer to still trying to become NXT Women's Champion.
Mamacita!
Speaking of which.
Hola, indeed.
Well, that raised Walter's spirits, I'm sure. Giving the solo shot.
Oh, God.
So apparently she wants to
right out of it.
Robert Stone wants Lola Vice to have a little celebration, probably a State of the NXT Women's Division address. This coming
Oh my
Tuesday
God!
at
Whoa, okay.
Walter, control
That brought
yourself.
him right back into it.
Control yourself, dude.
Talk about raising my spirits. You gotta be careful to raise something else.
Well, let's see if Johnny Gargano reminds us why he was once called Johnny Wrestling and Johnny Takeover. Because coming up next, the NXT North American Championship is on the line as Myles Borne defends the gold against Johnny Gargano after this commercial break. Fuck services. So let's just call it what it is. Is Zaria just wasted goods at this point? Is there any recovery for her? JJ, I'll start with you.
I think you can recover her, but it's going to take something drastic.
But
You know, I don't know where we go from here. If I was telling Walter on the pre-show, because whenever there's a rivalry like this, there's usually multiple matches.
And this was their first ever one-on-one, to your point.
But if Soul is going to go up to the main roster, Raw after Mania, as I'm speculating, because she's the only active NXT person at WWE World.
To be fair, she's the most recognized NXT person, so I kind
That's
of see why
debatable. That's debatable. So you're telling me Sol Ruca is more recognizable than the man, the myth, the legend, the NXT World Champion, Joe Hendry.
he doesn't
name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
The difference is he's already recognized on the main roster last year before he was officially an NXT superstar. I'm talking about the longest tenured, recognized, evolved, respected NXT name right now is still Ruca. It wasn't a problem that Ruca is not going to lead NXT because you shush first. To my point, freaking Kendal Gray, Sinclair, Lola Vice, they need that foundation of the women's division, and Ruca is still proverbially the strongest who has yet to hold the NXT Women's Championship. Now speak.
That's all fair. But the last I checked, Joe Hendry wasn't going to be at WWE World.
That's a waste.
He was there last year.
Maybe they decided to change it.
But as of the last time I checked, he's not announced for this year. Now we still have 2 weeks.
About to say they've done last
still
minute before.
change. But Sol Ruca is announced, and her packages have sold out.
I'm not surprised. And of course, we're talking about that all coming to us from Las Vegas as WrestleMania doubles down in the City of Sin, Las Vegas, from Allegiant Stadium for a wasteland and into the future via Tron Express. And again, folks, we will be covering both days here at the Super Reliable Studios. And here at the Simple brand, it is definitely the biggest echelon of the Simple Man's agenda. Stay tuned for further details on that as, again, Lord help me, as you will get all of this exclusively on the Simple Man's brand in conjunction with Simple Reliable Studios during WrestleMania week, Spark Josie Asterix based on the service. So stay tuned again as we bring you all the wrestling coverage and everything possible all across WrestleMania week here at the Super Reliable Studios.
Yep.
Well, again, though, I'm just going to say this. To your point, this is only going to enrage Zaria more. I don't think Ruca's going anywhere until she either wins the championship or she's forced to leave NXT. And based on the bad blood we saw just tonight with those two, that might be their end game.
Possibly.
Either way, congratulations to Ruca and Zaria. Sorry, girl, your soul got snatched. But, again, she's the first to ever kick out. It took 3 of them. Well, as of course, we continue forward here on NXT Stand Delivered. You, of course, can tune in to NXT if you choose on the CW every week, Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Capacity crowd on hand here on the gateway to America, St. Louis. Such a rich history of wrestling in this city across so many promotions, going all the way back to the days of the NWA, to AEW, to moments even in WWE. Hell, we held Javon Evans, the future endorsed by Randy Orton here in this city. And speaking of the future, we look at the past versus the present to define the future, as here comes Johnny Gargano. And tonight, we'll see if he does it the Gargano way or NXT TakeOver way. A record-setting, might I add, former 3-time NXT North American champion. And tonight, I don't see no depression. I just see an obsession to regain his livelihood back. And Johnny Gargano, of course, a standard bearer of the black and gold NXT, record number of takeovers and takeover main events. And again, JJ, you were not there during the time of the black and gold NXT as you have your standards in the black and chrome, but Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, they redefined what NXT was meant to be. And even when he was beaten, that rebel heart kept going through it all. Beating Adam Cole to 3 tall falls at NXT TakeOver New York for his first and only ever NXT championship. As here comes Myles Borne, who beat all Ego Even Page for the NXT North American title.
I love Myles Borne, but this is my bathroom break match because it forces Candice LeRae to be on my television screen.
Oh, come on, JJ. Can you put that behind the rearview mirror and focus on the 2 men at hand? I'm just saying, brother. Come on now.
As long as she doesn't get involved.
I mean, just talk about Myles Borne. I mean, again, we're talking about the rise of this generation of talent here in NXT. This partially deaf superstar, of course, we saw hang with Obafemi last year for the NXT championship. What do you think about Myles Borne finally becoming NXT North American champion here this year in NXT? Against even Page of all people.
I think it shows the success of the NQCC. You know, freaking Ren Sinclair's got gold. Myles Borne's got gold. What's Charlie Dempsey doing? Oh, wait.
Exactly. Let's go down to Mike Rome for introductions. I like the little flower lapel. Very nice. Good dude's got good style. I'll give him credit.
Very nice. Very evil.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if he's cursed yet. This WrestleMania is cursed, though, thanks to TKO. Stay tuned for further conversation on that, folks, tonight on the Saturday Shenanigans. Whether or not I'm there, stay tuned. Because, again,
I was going to say, I'm looking forward to some of Noah's perspectives on this.
Well, I might take a nap and just see you at that. Anyway, Johnny Gargano, is a one-time NXT champion, 3-time NXT North American champion.
Bum-ass Johnny over here.
To be fair, that's kind of what he's proverbially becoming. It's sad and sickening. The first time Johnny Gargano won this championship, by the way. Oh, and by the way, this is Myles Borne's 4th NXT PLE match. For all we know, Myles Borne might become Mr. NXT this generation if he keeps this streak up. First time Johnny Gargano won this title, folks, you all know if you were black and gold, born like me, was NXT TakeOver Phoenix against Ricochet.
Wonder what that guy's doing now.
He had a banger against Rich Swann at Ring of Honor, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling Global Wars Canada. And thanks for everybody that tuned into our coverage of that last night. And currently he's All Elite and is a former AEW national champion and leaning the gates of agony every chance he can as the demand demands respect, booking, and honestly money. And Don Callis' family is funding him. Anyway, let's focus back on NXT here, all right? Of course, Johnny Gargano, the second time he won it, he beat Damian Priest in the Devil's Playground, as we saw. And, of course, the last time he had it, I believe he beat Liam Ruff and Damian Priest in a triple threat before losing it to, of course, the colossal Bronson Reed inside a steel cage. But honestly, he's defined that NXT North American Championship through the better part of 2 years, 2019 for 2021. So, again, there's that familiarity there. And the chance for that gold and that former glory might bring out the old Johnny Wrestling that has been heavily missed and was squashed by Obafemi. Because the main roster may not recognize Johnny Wrestling, but NXT faithful will certainly will. Up and over, Myles Borne right now able to scout Gargano, side headlock takeover. Smart move by the champion here. Of course, Tyler's going to get his hands supposed to be a pinfall submission inside the ring. And at this point, this might be the most wrestled match tonight because if Myles Borne can out-wrestle Johnny Wrestling, if Johnny Takeover, I should say on the trunks, comes out here tonight, This could be the biggest win in Myles Borne's young career.
Well, at least from a one-on-one perspective, because Kendal Gray and Lola Vice had a hell of a wrestling contest within that triple threat.
Again, so far this
And I guess it's nap time. Where's Wendy Chu when we need her?
Oh, no, not again. Not again. Come on, Johnny. Get out of your slump. What the fuck? Oh, wait a minute. They playing possum. There we go. Deep arm drag. And Giant Gargano right now trying to take advantage. Take a bunch of hits. Hurricane takedown, single leg drop kick. Takes Myles Borne to the outside of the ring. And this Rebel Heart might be firing up. And Myles Borne is trying to find out exactly why Giant Gargano was once called Johnny Takeover. Sometimes you just gotta go back to your past to find, once again, that self-confidence in the future. Saw with Finn Balor when he became a freaking 2-time NXT champion, and everyone's going after the Prince till Killer Kross beat him. And Borne and Gargano squaring off here in the middle of the ring, trading big bombs here, up and over! Goes Myles Borne to the outside. Gargano now on the apron. Ooh! Catching him with a thrust kick, and Giant Gargano with a rolling cannonball. And now Johnny has his eyes set on the NXT North American Championship. And sometimes behind every man, there's a better woman that needs to be that encouragement.
Candice LeRae is not one of those.
Well, can you, for once, put your personal bias aside?
I said as long as she didn't get involved. She got right up in there, started hugging him and everything. She got involved. I did not say a word about her until she did something.
Bloody freaking hell. Oh, man. Lauren Lombard.
True or false, Noah? True or false?
Look, I'm just going to say this
I did not say a word about her till she did something. True or false?
True, I'll give you that.
Okay, thank you. So I kept my word.
But something asterisk hugging your husband for encouragement. Give me a break, man. And right now,
she put her hands on a competitor. She got involved.
Oh, for the love of Pete. You're as crooked as Don Callis. And Don Callis only freaking connects with men. And right now, Myles
Borne, am I wrong or am I right? If you put your hands on a competitor, it doesn't matter if they're on your side. If you put your hands on a competitor, you get involved, correct?
Yes, and managers do that.
Okay,
and also,
so
she's preferred the manager, Giant Gargano. So again, is she in the wrong for doing that?
Yes.
Irish whip. No, she's not. Oh man, scoop slam, cover, 2, relationship aside. Kick out at 2 by Giant Gargano. They go to the replay here of this snap power slam. Shade of the Viper, Randy Orton, who we learned last night on SmackDown. It's long enough, right? Yeah, I can do this. Beep, 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 beep. Hello. The person on the phone was not Vince McMahon. It was Pat McAfee. As we go back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah, I never thought it was Vince McMahon, but we will be talking about Pat McAfee on Shenanigans. So make sure you tune in for that.
And TKO WWE as we know it. I'm just waiting for TKO to be spewed across the banner at this point. That being said, focusing on NXT, WWE NXT.
Nice backbreaker there by Borne.
This is backbreaker, not NXT. And right now, literally rearranging Giant Gargano's spine over the knee.
It's a good way to crack your back. Why go to a chiropractor? Just have Myles Borne do that to you.
I feel like a chiropractor would be more gentle versus Myles Borne, who's being much more argumental. And Giant Gargano trying to fight back here. Myles Borne, by the way, is the 27th NXT North American champion in this South illustrious history.
Is that unique or overall?
Overall, because it literally has never been like revamped. It's been a consistent championship going all the way back to the original champion, Adam Cole, baby.
But what I mean is, has there been 27 different champions or just 27 champions in total?
27 champions in total. As John Gargano again has held it 3 times, and your boy Camilo Hayes is a 2-time champion, as well as Dominic Mysterio. Everyone else was a 1-time winner.
Okay.
So Johnny Gargano looking to show us one more time why he's Johnny Takeover and looking for a record setting in this title's history. 4th run as NXT North American champion. Sit up and over, lands on the apron. That was odd camera perspective. Izaguri rocks Myles Borne towards center, and Johnny Gargano might be looking for that big spear. Center of the ring cover, Hulk on the far leg, back Princeton at 2 counts.
Gargano's got some new life lately.
Again, talked about.
Well, yeah, ever since he got that hug from Candice LeRae, he's been on a roll. So she did affect the match. Stay the fuck out of it.
Look, a manager has every right to encourage their freaking assets.
I'm going to remember that the next time Don Callis gives somebody a hug and you get all pissy about it.
Yeah, Mr. Bias Hypocrisy here, trying to freaking make me the villain here. Now who's becoming the Zaria to so Ruca. Nonetheless, JJ.
I'm just saying, it's got to stay consistent.
Yeah, well, guess what? Consistency and wrestling don't go in the same sentence. But here's the definition even you can understand, Mr. Encyclopedia. A manager is there to encourage their asset. And whether you agree or disagree, personally or professionally, that's a different conversation. Now, you be the judge, audience, if someone's more personal or professional, if not both. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight, bruv. And now we got Myles Borne out of the corner, hit a giant Gargano. Sunset flip powerbomb! Cover! No! Don't start something you can't finish.
Look, I don't mind if they shout words of encouragement. Oof. I don't mind if she wants to hug him before match or after the match. But you do not touch a competitor during the match. Period.
Dope, so it's in every manager. You can name one manager that hasn't done it, and then you can make me eat crow. Every manager has done it, whether screwdriver.
And I've had issues with every time it happens. It just happens that this time it's a person who I have personal heat with, and you want to make it sound like that's the issue.
Is it not the issue, bro?
No, it's not. If Ren Sinclair Kendal Gray during the match, I would still be saying the same thing. And I love them.
Yeah, 2 count. Again, JJ, when emotions rule your perspective, whether you want to accept it or not, it is what it is. And again, the Lord Gargano, the emotions right now out of him are just got to be one word, ouch, after that avalanche power slam.
You know, if Stephanie Vaquer was out here and hugged Myles Borne, I would say the same thing.
Just making sure you're being consistent, not personal, because anyone knows by now your connections to Candice LeRae, because some people can't leave the past alone. What are you if you can't move forward? Doomed to repeat, doomed to be stuck in a rut.
Hey, all she's got to do is apologize to me.
Dude, let it go. All right, seriously. Freaking like Johnny Dangle when freaking Susan broke his heart and he freaking broke a mug and a freaking glass on Southpaw Wrestling on YouTube. You're not going to get a receipt. Deal with it. Step up and Zaguri. Not everything gets a receipt. Drop kick! And Johnny Gargano went for the rolling lariat. Caught the German suplex. And Myles Borne keeping ahead of the challenger. Oh, man, but he hits a kick to the side of the head.
What's up, Papa Gino? Good to see you.
Good to see you, Papa Gino. We'll see you around here again real soon, I'm sure. Hiroshi over the knee.
Is there going to be a post-mortem for Stand and Deliver, Noah, or just for WrestleMania?
I only do it for the WWE level PLEs as far as me and Gino have agreed. So the next business post-mortem will be AW Dynasty and WWE WrestleMania, and arguably that might be the longest predictions post-mortem because WrestleMania is going to freaking kill us. And
I just figure with Stand and Deliver being their WrestleMania that maybe you would make an exception for it.
I'll get back to you on that. Me and Gina will talk behind a closed office, and maybe we'll make an exception. Keyword maybe. This, of course, we still have more championship matches to come. The NXT Women's North American Championship and the NXT Championship. As Myles Borne flies over the top and wipes Gargano out of the entranceway. See, Borne did that time and time again. Of course, Myles Borne had to figure out what he needed to do to beat All Eagle Ethan Page, and it took high risks like that to dethrone the former face of Canada all across North America for the NXT North American Championship.
Oh, they got the confirmation right there from Gino. It says he's down for NXT Stand and Deliver post-mortem.
You know, you and I will figure out a schedule later on. We'll make it official. And right now, Gargano, just rocked Myles Borne with that DDT and might be looking for the slingshot variation. One final heartbeat. That's how he's won championships in the past. Counter. 2 new champ. Oh, kick out of 2.
That was close.
Oh, man. I don't know how Myles' Borne Hart didn't skip a beat after that and defibrillated before the 3 count as Gargano was on the doorstep of restoring its former glory in NXT as there's the North American champion looking to do it himself with the front kick to the side of the head. Myles Borne, though, catching Gargano. Gargano, though, might be looking for the Gargano escape, trying to take him down. And Myles Borne, oh, man.
Born again.
Born again, born again. Kick out. Ooh, man. Take a look here to your point, Walter. He didn't get all of it. You see the way that he grabbed that left arm, and that might have been the saving grace for Gargano there.
Probably.
Now, Candice LeRae trying to literally encourage her husband or come up with a game plan here, see if they can do it the Gargano way, as I once saw during pandemic NXT. Now looking for the full Boston Crab, all the pressure on the worked lower spine here of Johnny Wrestling. Telling Johnny the bottom rope is mere fingertips away, and Myles Borne, great awareness, bringing Gargano closer towards center, but also changing his position. Gargano able to escape, trap of the legs, inside cradle, gets a 2 count. This is a great back and forth battle. Proverbial O'Connor roll, cover, 2, and Borne.
Oh, that Jezebel.
A cheap shot right hand. Schoolboy got the tights. Kicked out at 2. Gargano stayed on the attack, though. Looking for the Gargano escape. Gargano escape locked in. Look at the pressure on the shoulder and the left shoulder. And look at the way his knuckles are braced from the jawbone. Is Gargano going to get the tap? Myles Borne trying to roll through. Gargano maintain position.
Oh, shoot.
Again, Gargano, great awareness, keeping Myles Borne towards center, maintaining hold and full body control, but Borne refusing to let go of his hold of the NXT North American Championship, crawling for everything he's worth. Desperation at hand, and stand deliver, fingertips away, and forces the world break.
So what do you have to say now, Noah?
Like I said,
physically got involved and assaulted Myles Borne.
Yeah, that's physical involvement. That's the definition of physical involvement. When you affect the opponent versus give your freaking husband encouragement, that's a whole different conversation. I have yet to see a screwdriver, but I think our fist is more effective than even a tool by Don Callis. That being said, it wasn't effective enough that Myles Borne was able to survive that cheap shot and the Gargano escape. And right now, Gargano might need to rethink plans here. And we haven't seen Myles Borne in deep waters like this in your NXT, JJ. Uh-oh. Love the fireman's carry. Gargano able to escape. Oh, can't do him in the front. Skip a chip on the outside of the ring. Can't pin him out there for the title. Gargano taking a big risk and eats a vicious elbow. Myles Borne. Oh! A little assisted Borne again with
and
a slingshot.
One.
Borne again for the 3rd time. Isn't it? And still NXT North American champion.
All right.
And the crowd goes mild.
And now he gets the stuff.
Actually, see some fans booing Myles Borne victory here.
Well, again, there's probably some black and gold favoritism here, but nonetheless, Myles Borne, who is still unproven and untested, that's a hell of a proving ground match, beating a former 3-time NXT North American champion, including an assist by Candice LeRae, surviving a cheap shot and a tights roll-up, quite literally. Great awareness, great resilience by Myles Borne tonight, who is still the NXT North American champion, at least for the time being.
He was able to survive outside interference. He was at a disadvantage and still champ.
And as this match would continue, we saw Myles Borne was looking to be born again, not once, but 3 times over, as JJ so eloquently put it. That jumping born again was the final beat for Johnny's chances. Not a bad match and a strong effort by someone looking to be a fighting champion. And maybe this is the encouragement. Maybe this is the encouragement that Johnny Gargano needed to figure out why, again, he is Johnny Wrestling. I think there's no but respect.
Oh!
What the fuck? That's the analytics!
He said he was going to make an impact tonight. He didn't know when or who or where.
Right after the fact. I mean, come on.
Dion Lennox now has his sights on the North American champion.
Well, there's a time and place to prove a point, JJ. And oh, man. They're looking for a hell of a
at least
fight.
it's after the match. He didn't get involved during the match like the purple-haired twat waffle Candice LeRae.
He did say last Tuesday to the rest of Dark State, I'm going to be at Stand and Deliver. I'm going to make an impact. Don't know when, don't know how or where, but I'll make an impact, I guess.
Speaking of leaving an impact, so Ruca left an impact on her own ribs. He grabs a rib cage and he speaks with Sheriff Schreiber.
She's probably about to get attacked during this interview.
Again, what does Zaria do now? Zaria literally lost.
Look what's behind her.
And they spent the last year together.
You see it, Walter?
Yep.
A ladder.
Uh-huh.
Looks like he's going for a championship.
Is he Dame coming to steal the spotlight?
Well, she did give a warning to Jayne, who is no longer the NXT Women's Champion. If the Great Dame's going to have the same thing, I can't wait for Ruca to snatch her soul. But again, this NXT Women's Division, it's a whole new ball game with someone at the forefront. Speaking of which, time for the last NXT Women's match of the night. Tatum Paxley versus Blake Monroe, who is held to one golf, who deserves to hold the gold. NXT Women's North American Championship up next. And this is going to be anything but glamorous. After this commercial break, on television.
We're going to see a dark side of Blake because she's going to have to get there to match Tatum Paxley.
Well, let's call it what it is. If the woman from hell doesn't show up tonight, Tatum Paxley is not losing that championship. It's as simple as that. Anyway, now that JJ can stop bringing his personal past and we can move forward into the future. Again, everyone's enjoying what we have here so far. I'm going to call you out on it, bro. At the end of the day,
call me out on it all you want. You know, she got involved more than once during the match. At least Dion Lennox, who runs the failed Dark State stable, waited until after the match to get involved. So that shows that at least he has more honor than the purple-haired twat waffle herself, Candice LeRae.
Some people will never change, bro. Anyway, that being said, as we get ready for our semi-main event, again...
The difference between me and Candice and you and Arianna, you and Ash, or the entire Elegance brand is personal and character/professional.
Well,
they have never done anything to you on a personal level.
No, they haven't.
For you to hate them as much as you do.
Yeah, but I'm also a person that if anyone screws me personally, I say, fuck you, and I move on with my life, too. It's as simple as that. Whether it's business, whether it's family, whether it's friend. If you fuck me, bye-bye.
And that's what I did say until she ended up on my television on a consistent basis. I never gave her another thought until I started seeing her on my TV.
Well, then don't watch SmackDown because I'm not sure you're going to see
Johnny Wrestling
again in NXT. Okay, good, because you don't need to. That being said, as we get ready for our semi-main event where possession is 9/10 of the law, of course, the glamour, Blake Monroe is holding Tatum Paxley's gold, but she is not the champion. But something feels right, according to Blake Monroe, holding on to this title that she made so glamorous, not once, but twice. And Sophia helped probably beat her for it. But anyway.
Playing with fire, they're doing that and grabbing the title and stuff. You might be lighting a fire in Tatum Paxley that no one else has.
Well, we saw the real Tatum Paxley.
Personal rivalry.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, before we get into this match, let's take this women's match. Let's take a look at a women's show coming up in Vegas that Walter and I will be at.
Witness as Ed and San Antonio Productions presents Podermania, live from the Horseshoe Casino in Las Vegas, Wednesday, April 15th at 3 p.m. A part of GCW's 2026 collective. Don't miss Poder champion Brittany Blake, Shotzi Blackheart, Leva Bates, Sue Young, Toga, Izzy Moreno, and many more of your favorite women independent pro wrestlers. Only at Podermania.
That's right, folks. The All-Women Showcase annual per year courtesy at Ed San Antonio Palm next today. Podermania. Many of the names you heard will be at that stage, as well as so much more. So if you want to get your fix on a jackpot on an all-women showcase, become a member today of Time Match Network to watch along with us. We will be covering this live, and JJ and Walter Cruz will be there taking it in live. Again, that is Podermania, kicking things off Wednesday, April 15th. for the entire festivities that is WrestleMania week for all the wrestling.
It's also Alicia's birthday.
Oh, really? That's a lovely thing. As, of course, we get ready here for our semi-main event here from St. Louis, the gateway to America. Stand Deliver is the gateway for anyone here in NXT when it comes to what their future could involve and who could be leading it. We've already seen one title change hands, and somebody tried to remove what they thought was a year-long mistake, still living it. And now we're about to see what happens when Glamour meets Golf. It's time for the NXT Women's North American Championship.
Bring in a title that doesn't belong to her.
Well, possession's 9/10 of the law, Walter. And if she beats Sam Paxley, it will belong to her again. I will say this when it comes to the Glamour. Blake Monroe, who has definitely made all of her rivalries here in NXT absolutely personal after literally giving a 24-karat treatment to Jada Parker and beating Jordan Grace until the point she lost inside a weaponized steel cage. She is a former NXT Women's North American champion. And of course, we know that Izzy Dame was the previous bearer of that championship to beating Thea Hill. But Tatum Paxley, as you thought about, Walter, figured herself out with her own personal hell through the calling and her. And at the end of the day, she got her vengeance and that championship. After leaving Izzy Dame behind her inside a steel cage, Blake Monroe rose from hell to take Tatum Paxley down with her and the NXT Women's North American Championship. This is literally a play date with the devil. It's just a matter of who's more the devil.
There's no rest for the weary. She moved on from one rivalry right into another. When you're the champ, this is how it's gotta be. So you're gonna get challengers stepping up left and stepping up right. I won't lie though, the belt does look good on Blake.
It looks better on Thea.
I could say something, but I'm not going to because he hasn't pissed me off. But I have a different comment, and I'm just going to leave it at that. As Tatum Paxley is taking us through this cycle-level horror flick of the NXT Women's North American Championship in possession of the Glamour. Okay, that was anything but glamorous, that last shot there. I think that Paxley's going to try and break Blake. Just saying.
You got to be careful what you unlock in this woman.
Well, Tatum Paxley did say, I will be the Goth to your hell. If you want to play with my title, then let's play. And right now, Tatum Paxley is literally asking Blake Monroe to give her the championship. Blake Monroe looks unamused, though. I will say this. She doesn't look like she's showing any fear. And we all know what can happen if the woman from hell, even in NXT, shows up, even if, NXT is PG. But we saw what the previous life, the Glamour, is able to do when she brings the hell out of her against you. That is a weird dollhouse, by the way. Good Lord. All right, let's go down to introductions for this match, Mike Rome. Let's get this going.
I can't wait for this one.
This is going to be interesting. The Glamour is showing two sides of herself tonight in the white and black attire. Never has something so glamorous seem so sinister and loved being both parts of it.
Does AEW own the Glamour, like, as a trademark?
No.
I don't know.
I wonder why they didn't bring that.
Because the Glamour died a horrible death in a Hollywood ending that was Oscar-worthy. Tatum Paxley, by the way, has been NXT Women's North American Champion for 28 days. And as I said, her last defense was defeating Izzy Dame inside a steel cage.
Look at that, teasing her, just showing her the title.
Oh, God!
Bell stands, here we go.
Well, I got the towel, Blake Monroe's hands, and on the mat as this match is officially underway. Face buster over the knee. And again, I'm not sure what we're going to see tonight, more particularly out of Tatum Paxley. And I don't think Blake Monroe is aware of who she's dealing with here.
That's how you start a match.
Yeah, hot start right now for Tatum Paxley here. Blake Monroe, though, of course, you see the tail of the tape here. Height advantage clearly on Blake's side. Now up in the gory special.
Ooh, into a backslide.
Yeah, very good backslide here by the former cheerleader. Cover 2 count and pervert. What the hell?
That's a nice way. She bridged out of it to not have her shoulders down, but she made it worse for herself.
Yeah, hyperextend the arms behind her back when she's upside down. I've never seen that before. Double up kick there. Oh, and a shot to the midsection. And net breaker now as Blake Monroe tries to take advantage here. Here's a cover. Hook on the far leg. Gets a 2 count.
Are you saying in the NXT is impressing you?
I have already told you this is not my NXT, but I will not deny the potential of the NXT women's division when I christen it a stronger division as a whole over both Raw and SmackDown combined. Hell, the women's matches here feel more important to me than any of the women's matches at WrestleMania. Dang. What does that tell you? Now we see a little bit of back and forth here. I said what I said. Try and beat that women's triple threat at the start of this show, main roster. Top that shit. That being said, I am what I am, folks. Right now we got Tam Paxley control of Blake Monroe. And Tam Paxley squaring up leg and throw a trail. Whoa! With a crossbody splash in the corner.
Yeah.
Cover 2. Count only.
I think she went to a different place. Like, she is hella focusing her.
Well, I mean, when literally someone steals your most prized possession and claim it as theirs and says you're unworthy of it, you don't think that's going to light a fire under you?
Should.
We've seen already how Tam Paxley was able to turn around and figure out herself against Izzy Dame and the mental warfare that she did when the calling betrayed her and caused the NXT Women's Championship. Now Blake Monroe looking for some. Oh, man! Women's North American champion literally went shoulder first on the steel grate.
I think she is hurt, man.
Yeah, you see her clutching her shoulders there. That was a horrible landing off that handstand Rana takedown by Blake Monroe. You literally heard Tam Paxley immediately say, my shoulder, my shoulder, my shoulder. And we all know that Blake Monroe loves that hammerlock DDT, that beauty shot.
I think Blake is going to freaking focus on that now. As she should.
I mean, again, if your opponent has a vulnerability, all bets are off at the end of the day, especially when you're the challenger. Here's a very, like a days ago, cover. Sinister cover, it looks like, in a 2 count. We all know that Tam Paxley loves to use that cemetery driver, that lightning spiral, which involves both your arms.
I know the story of this match now.
Well, I mean, we knew the story going into it. Blake Monroe wants the NXT Women's North American Championship back. It's as simple as that. She still feels like she never should have lost in the first place to Thea Hill. And there's still freaking asterisks behind that in her mind.
Yeah, I think JJ heavily disagrees.
Well, of course he would, as a Chase U alumni for another accredited university. That's a whole different conversation for another day. That being said, Irish Whip, don't trigger me, bruv. And sent hard.
I didn't say a word. Corner. You're the one going off.
I'm giving you fair warning. Irish Whip. I'm not going off yet. I mean, like I said, this has already been better than the matches in TNA. Oh, man, big miss on a drop kick. And here's the cover now. Hook of the far leg and a 2 count. Danny Luna release from TNA. What a
credit for being able to kick out.
Well, again, resiliency. We've seen the story of resiliency and self-rediscovery out of Tam Paxley the last calendar year alone in the last 5 months. Ever since she won the NXT Women's Championship at Halloween Havoc, she's understood, trusted herself more. And I think the fans appreciate that more. Get to the midsection. Of course, talk about Tam Paxley, who was inspired by Alexa Bliss to become a WWE superstar, coming to us from a background in cheerleading out of the new program. Glamour Blake Monroe, who rose to stardom through, of course, the Stardom promotion itself, alongside Mina Shirakawa, part of course, Club Venus, and became all late and had a timeless altercation for the ages. Cover, hook of the far leg, and a 2 counts. Before arriving in NXT against Fatal Influence.
Look how smart. Putting all the pressure on that arm.
Yeah, literally, and again, trapping the arm in the process in between her legs and literally this modified cravat wrenching the side of Tam Paxley's head. And just look at the face of Blake Monroe in this hole. She knows she's in full control and is absolutely loving it. The devil out of the glamour is coming out here tonight at Stand Deliver. And probably the frustration.
Gotta be careful not to become overconfident, though. That's when you make mistakes.
And true that. And again, how long has Blake Monroe been thinking about getting her NXT Women's North American Championship back?
See, I don't know how much damage that's truly doing, though. They say thick thighs save lives.
And again, though, in control right now Tatum Paxley, by the way, folks, is the 8th NXT Women's North American Champion. Cover 2, count only, in this title short history that was introduced back in 2024. And there's only been 8 different champions. Blake Monroe can make history becoming the first 2-time NXT Women's North American Champion. Knife edge shot right now, and Tatum Paxley trying to fight back. The Irish whip with the damaged left arm, unable to execute. Step on the Gary rocks the glamour.
Nice.
Don't count out Tatum Paxley. If that's one thing I've learned about this young lady, literally the last few months, don't count out Tatum Paxley.
I love taters. I'm not counting any kind of tater out.
And right now, rocking the arm, waist lock, German suplex release.
It's like Bubba with shrimp. I can talk about taters all day. There's potato chips, tater tots.
Oh, good Lord almighty.
French fries.
And Paxley. Oh!
Taters au gratin, scalloped taters, hash browns, home fries.
Oh!
Don't forget them smothered and covered.
Somersault leg, drop backwards with the far leg, and a 2 count while you're giving an all-you-can-eat buffet for potatoes. Tim Paxley trying to give an all-you-can-eat buffet of strikes there against the glamour.
Nick airs are probably rising right now.
Probably. And here I thought he was the aficionado of food. JJ might as well have his own Hall of Fame for potatoes. Speaking of which, you can stay tuned for the Hall of Fame 2026. Friday, April 17th. Tickets still available if you're willing to sacrifice your kidney for that. As we induct AJ Styles, Steady McMahon, Destruction, or Demolition.
Demolition.
Yeah, again. And others. Psycho Sid and the other guy. Yeah.
Long overdue.
Super kick. 5 of those 6 are well-deserved. The other one is questionable.
Let me guess. Dennis Rodman?
Ding, ding.
I mean, for what he did for WCW, you can't deny Dennis Rodman's, place in history. But when people like Cyndi Lauper still aren't in yet, come on, y'all.
Enough said. There's a presence, there's a purpose. You know who served more of a purpose? The other one you said. Besides girls just wanting to have fun. The other one had a presence. Whoop-de-doo. And he looked partly like a girl while doing it. And right now, Tim Paxley,
it'll be freaking Karl Malone.
And Blake Monroe are literally in a kicking contest right now. Both women trying to rise up, and each time one rises, the other one just boots the other down. Ooh. Look at that bruise, by the way, on Tatum Paxley's right leg here. You can see the work. What happens when a psycho meets freaking Scream Queen? You're looking at it right now. And both these women proverbially sending a chair for their own hell. Oh, damn. With a kick to the side of the head, getting the bear of that kicking barrage. Quite literally. Good grief.
But Noah, which one is the psycho? Which one is the Scream Queen?
That's for a psychologist to figure out, not me. Oh! Pulling all the proverbial strings here, it feels like. Who's the puppeteer and who's the puppet? You tell me. Again, Blake Monroe believes she already is the actual Women's North American Champion. Tatum Paxley is the actual champion. Now Blake Monroe going up to the top. Robin caught again with a step-up insecurity. That insecurity has been the ace in this match for Tatum Paxley since she's literally fighting on one arm.
Like the third one she hit.
And right now, might be looking to send Blake Monroe for a superplex. Falls right through, holds on to it. Follow-up suplex, locomotion suplex express. Now fisherman capture. Oh, man, into a power bomb. Cover. Two. No.
She did a fisherman bomb. I ain't see that before. I thought she was going to do a fisherman suplex.
Exactly. Let's take a look at the replay here. This freaking trio of motion, superplex, follow-up suplex, and again, maintaining full control into the fisherman. I thought Buster and turn it to your point, a fisherman problem. Now looking for that cemetery driver. Blake Monroe scouting. Oh, and a headbutt.
She
should call that the horror trilogy.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah. That's a good
name.
Again,
and now a barrage of headbutts by that hard-headed glamour. That drop driver follow-up now by Blake Monroe, taking back control, dropping freaking Tatum Paxley on her damn head and neck. You hear the scream from the, I think it's safe to say who's the Scream Queen now, JJ. You heard the scream from Blake Monroe in that exchange. And right now, I'm not sure if the woman from hell has arrived yet, but I'm sure she wants to send Tatum Paxley's run to hell. And right now, Tatum hoisting up Blake. Powerbomb! Unable to capitalize, though, as Blake rolls to the outside of the ring. Great awareness there by the challenger. Paxley, though, looking to follow up and over. Lands on the apron. Uh-oh, this is dangerous. Take a look. Oh, get to the midsection. And right now, the hesitation. Well, powerbomb take over the floor. Good Lord.
Tatum looks dead.
Hell yeah.
But y'all know that we can't kill a horror movie villain, so.
I mean, that's a pretty effective way to try and kill someone's championship run. Take a look again. And she sat out on that power bomb all the way from the apron to the floor. And right now, Blake Monroe sends Paxley back inside the ring. If she wants to officially hold on to the championship, bang! B-trigger! Cover! Two! No! Somehow Paxley kicks out again.
She know how to dig deep.
Yeah, but we also know how deep the Glamour is willing to dig into her own sinister batting or tricks. She just ripped off the second and freaking bottom turnbuckle pad.
Referee caught him.
Right now, Blake Monroe's on the outside. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. And now Blake Monroe's got the NXT Women's Championship and just blasted Paxley on the side of the head.
She's swinging for the fences.
And now up in the fireman's carry. And then dropped down, cover, two, it's not over.
Oh,
Blake can't believe it.
Yeah, she's starting to look concerned.
She's already starting to look concerned? You sure she hasn't been concerned since the get-go?
Nah, she's been cocky up until this point.
Well, I mean, again, considering how deep this match comes, even your confidence has to waver knowing Paxley is still in this. It almost feels like Blake Monroe thought this was a foregone conclusion when she was in her head, holding on to her possession. Paxley still fighting back, though. Now Blake looking for another round takeover. Paxley escaping, though. That cheerleader powerlifting background coming into play. And right now, oh!
Whoa, Pele kick.
Rolling copper kick. Looking to rise up again. And oh, the hammer. Oh, no! And that hammer, I think Paxley's head hit the bomb turnbuckle, exposed the way down. Shot.
We got a new champ.
Cover two. No!
Oh, shit!
They call her Tater Salad.
He kicks out of the beauty shot after hitting an exposed turnbuckle.
Looking for another one. Counter.
Cemetery
Drive. 2, 3, Tater retains.
Just in case Blake Monroe. Paxley still holds the gold.
All right.
What a match. And again, main roster. Top that shit, make it matter. Well, possession's 9/10 of the law, but at the end of the day, the story remains the same on who truly holds the gold. Not the Glamour, but Paxley. Paxley still NXT Women's North American Champion, surviving this play date in proverbial hell against the Glamour.
Blake didn't pay the bill because that title just got repossessed.
I'm gonna make this bold statement, Noah.
Go for it.
The Fatal 4-Way has a lot to live up to because the women have been outperforming the men tonight.
To be fair, they've been doing that on each NXT special here. And again, I thought it was over here with that headbutt that drove Paxley back first in that exposed turnbuckle, and then a blunt shot to the top of her head with that beauty shot DDT. Somehow, to 3 shots to the head, Paxley wasn't dead. But that cemetery driver, that lightning spiral, back press was all she wrote for the Glamour's hopes.
Be careful talking about blunts with Walter around.
Yeah,
I know like he produces, but tonight, NXT Women's Division has produced still Paxley, NXT Women's North American Champion. But something tells me this is the last we're going to see of the Glamour and her pursuit of that title.
Main roster time.
Well, good stuff overall, though, by all 3 women's matches tonight here at NXT, as I expected, by the division of WWE. Like I said, I say what I say. I'm honest about it, and it's just facts. It's simple as that. Very good stuff as we get ready for our main event.
Don't be surprised if Blake pops up on the SmackDown after Mania.
Well, I mean, she's a blonde, and she's big-boobed, and she's tall, so proverbially TKO might have something to do with her. I don't know. She's definitely more effective than Jade Cargill, who literally is trying to recreate AEW baddies that are probably going to somehow get more stock than her, but it is what it is. Nonetheless, though, as we get ready for our main event, figure to those that are tuning in, because who gives jack shit about this, on the night that we saw a brand new NXT Women's Champion crown in, go ahead and say it, Walter.
Mamacita!
Lola Vice overcoming Jacy, Jayne, and Kendal Gray, pinning the champion in the end after Kendal Gray got knocked out with a rolling encore, and she knocked out the champion with that spinning back fist, buenas noches to fatal influences, pun intended. We also, of course, saw Johnny Wrestling arrive here tonight. Myles Borne was able to be born again, still NXT North American champion, on a night where Zaria had a chance to remove a year-long mistake from her life. She failed to stand tall in victory as her soul got snatched by Ruca. Tells me that Ruca isn't going anywhere. And, of course, we also saw just now in the NXT Women's North American Championship match, Tatum has survived this proverbial play date through hell with the glamour and still holds on to the NXT Women's North American Championship. And for what it's worth, the Vanity Project, they outsmarted Los Americanos and still hold the NXT Tag Team Championships. As we now get ready, of course, for our main event, the Fatal 4-Way for the NXT Championship with Tony D'Angelo, Ricky Saints, Oliver Page, and Joe Hendry, as we get ready for here shortly after this impromptu commercial break and superstar advertisement.
Jasper Torre.
You mean the LFG guy that went nowhere?
He was speed champ.
Right? I was just going to say that.
Speedometer sticker. Nonetheless, Josh Briggs, who's been here forever doing Jack Diddley, apparently did something this past Tuesday NXT where he wiped out Jasper Troy as he was supposed against referee.
That title means something because even Bacon went after it. You know, he's the winningest champ ever.
That's
Look,
right.
Bacon has more stock where he could make literally a sticker worth something, I guess, and it still would probably be a profit for him. All right, it is what it is.
Well, while we finish looking at this hype package and everything, I'm gonna run our Mania trailer one more time while I run to use the facilities. And then
That's
we will
probably
be
a
right
good
back.
deal. Yep, because again, after this commercial break, it will be time for our Fatal 4-Way main event at Stand and Deliver. Stay tuned, folks.
And now for a taste of things to come.
And as always, here at the Simple Album Studios, we truly encompass, embrace, celebrate, engage, pontificate, analyze, react, and criticize to all the wrestling and other form of combat sports and other form of sports too. Again, folks, that is WrestleMania week. That is after next week. We are covering everything you saw in that trailer and then some. And of course, stay tuned for Predictions Sports Moment with me and Papa Gino for WrestleMania, and follow along with the Cineman's brand for everything that I'll be doing live, as I will be nonstop live each every day and night the entire week, Monday through Monday at that time. Again, City Predicting will be Monday, April 13th after Monday Night Raw for night 1, Tuesday, April 14th for night 2 after NXT. We got Porter made up the all-women showcase. You all can still get your tickets today. Follow at San Antonio on the X for further details to catch this incredible all-women's professional wrestling showcase, including top tier Jasmine Allure defending the Ladies Now Championship against Alejandra Quintanilla. We, of course, have Izzy Moreno. We got, of course, Kaya McKenna. Everybody, of course, you've seen that interview. Prison Perfection, Rachel Ray. The Pull MMA champion, Brittany Blake, defending the gold against ballsy Shotzi Blackheart. We got the center of attention herself, Brittany Brooks. We got Gypsy Mac, Nixie XS. We got Sasha McKenzie, everyone's favorite cosplaying blue pants wearer from the Black Owned NXT. Leva Bates. So much incredible talent on this showcase alone that is available. Tickets still for Poder Mania, Florida and San Antonio for further details. And also stay tuned for our coverage. And you can also watch it from the comfort of your home, becoming a member of Title Match Network today, the biggest streaming service for your women's professional wrestling showcases.
Damn it.
And we don't digress, as we got a commercial break. Fuck television and streaming services and YouTube. Well, that being said,
hey, we need people to subscribe to our YouTube. Don't fuck
I was gonna say,
maybe the last one.
Let's not hate on
Let's
not hate on streaming services. Hold on, Noah. Let's not hate on streaming services, as Triller and Title Match Network are both streaming services that we support, and love. And let's not hate on YouTube, as the Simple Man's brand, Rage of we wouldn't be going to WrestleMania if the Rage of Wrestling channel didn't get 200 YouTube subscribers.
Let me correct myself. Fuck WWE streaming services. All right.
Okay, there you go.
Now people know.
You can say that. You can say that.
I meant to say that, but again, I'm always triggered when I have to deal with the Fed, especially with being TKO WWE, because after Friday, I'm just what's the sentence I usually say when something surprises me in a good way, but also when I just want to question reality as I know it? Oh yeah, what the fuck? Anyway, again, stay tuned for more details on that when it comes to the Saturday Shenanigans night when we talk about TKO WWE. But nonetheless. Again, for anybody that has been tuning into our coverage here of NXT Stand Deliver, hope you enjoyed the conversation, reactions, the humor, the real-life outlook, and the also proverbial professional coverage. Please let us have a comment, tell friends, want to dig to the conversation. Super chat, people that passion is as simple as that. As we got Tam Paxley celebrating backstage with Hank Tank, Shiloh Hill, and the other dude.
Let's see if he
EK Prosper or whatever.
Come on, he'll make a move.
The Vanity Project coming in.
That was random. And again, we saw the Vanity Product successfully retain the NXT Tag Team Champion. What the hell?
The Vanity Project has been trying to get next to Blake since they came up. I think effectively trying to replace Zeta Steel.
She would fit.
Well, apparently Blake wants to speak with the Vanity Project, so that might be more of a realistic case than we know of yet. Well,
she's definitely vain.
I suppose so. As you see the results, if you're on YouTube channel with us, you see the results. Like we said, we had a brand new NXT Women's Champion in our opener. Much to JJ's outlook, could we see a brand new NXT Champion in the closer? It's time to find out once for all who truly, for NXT, will stand and deliver.
Might be Tony D with this comeback story.
Well, to your point, and also, JJ, to your knowledge, as you know, Tony D'Angelo is the only fellow here that literally has eat, sleep, breathe, evolved, grown out of NXT only. Everyone else was an outsider that came in that made it their stage in record time, might I add. And they're all former, including the current, NXT champions. Tony D has never had that accolade yet.
That's fair, and he was also part of that new guard right there at the tail end of Black and Gold as it morphed into the Rainbow Bright era. Tony D, wasn't he part of that final NXT War Games match?
He was. He literally has been here since day one of your NXT. Of course, we saw at Vengeance Day how desperate Ricky Saints was to claim the NXT Championship against Joe Hendry, enlisting the aid of All Eagle, Ethan Page.
Yeah, you can't trust them.
There's a reason why he's Eagle. And we saw Ethan Page slide the championship, maybe intentionally, to Joe Hendry. I mean, that seemed like a pretty strong slide to me. I'm just saying. Of course, Joe Hendry didn't use it. He beat Ricky Saints emphatically with a standing ovation. And then Saints was literally trying to drive the title to Ethan Page during the NXT North American Championship match, and he slid it too far. So, again, does either man really want to see the other succeed? I think we could all say absolutely not.
Their egos clash more than this match will.
It's a very fitting sentence. Although we did see them double team the NXT champion. And we also saw this past Tuesday during the contract signing how Tony D'Angelo has talked about all three of these men, as he's the only son of a bitch original left in NXT. And after he finished his vendetta against Dark State, JJ, he said that this was the purpose he returned to.
To your point, he's the only one that's never held this title out of the group.
This past Tuesday, we saw Joe Hendry hit it, unfortunately, on the bitter end of an Eagle's Edge for a contract signing table. And Ricky Saints was planted via one-arm choke bomb by Tony D through the other table, as Tony D and Ethan Page were the only two men standing and fighting. Could that be a sign of things to come? Could that be what leads to our outcome tonight? Because regardless, we are literally looking at the top tier left in this NXT. Only one of them will stand and deliver going forward as champion.
You mean to tell me that a contract signing ended up in a brawl? Color me shocked.
Well, it is WWE, to be fair. Egos, absolute attitudes, belief, and a personal goal and a career-long vendetta all comes ahead tonight for the NXT Championship.
Tony D.
A man without a family, a man without any glory, but a man with one goal left.
He previously lost everything. Could he gain the one most important thing in NXT tonight?
We talked about earlier how Zaria may have had one chance only to prove her point to stand and deliver. This is not Tony D's first chance, though, at the NXT Championship, as we know. The last time he fought for this gold was against the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov, at Stand and Deliver 2 years ago. Now, truth be told, he was able to upset the ruler, create history, and beat Obafemi, the first man ever to do that, and became NXT North American champion. But as you said, Walter, he lost that title, he lost his family, he lost his way, and he came back to us through the dark to beat Dark State, and now only has one thing left to do to maybe come back fully to the light and be himself again. And that is to bring back in his mind to an original in NXT, the NXT Championship. Proverbially, you could say this is an away game versus the home team. Yes, Joe Hendry signed NXT. He wasn't raised here. Yes, Ethan Page, record time, won the NXT Championship. He wasn't created here. Yes, Ricky Saints came in and made it absolute. But again, he hasn't been here. Tony D has seen it all, been through it all, but he hasn't done it all.
True indeed. He's the home team.
And that might make Tony D the most dangerous, but also the most focused.
This might be a match with no underdogs either, man. Everyone has an equal chance to actually win, and you can legit see any of them walk away with this title.
Well, it's fatal four-way, and it's non-elimination. First pinfall submission will leave the NXT champion, and there are no counts and no disqualifications. And once again, the Revolution might be televised if Ricky Saints gets the gold back tonight.
The Revolution was forced to be on YouTube.
I mean, you know, at least it's for free and everyone can see it.
True indeed.
And Ricky Saints buys into the stock that he puts himself in. We've seen that since day one. Let's not forget, this man was able to overrule as NXT champion. He was the guy that shot us last year at No Mercy, beating the ruler of Femi for the NXT championship. Looking to become a two-time NXT champion. And this will be his third chance this year alone for the gold after losing out in that ladder match and losing to Joe Hendry. Representing Canada, Eagle.
Oh, Canada.
Oh, by the way, happy birthday to the face of America and the best Canadian that I know, and probably the most important woman on the main roster, not involved with WrestleMania, Chelsea Green. Happy birthday to her. Please, folks, salute and send your birthday wishes in Hot Mess We Trust.
Oh, happy birthday to my cousin, too. It's his birthday.
I want you guys to take a look at this photo from 2.0. Who's still there?
Tony D.
Tony D.
Everyone else is main roster bound.
Let's see. Jabroni injured, possibly going to WrestleMania. And who is that guy? That's is that Trick Williams?
Yeah. It's Trick in the back next to Tony D.
I barely recognize the man. Dadgum. And now Trick Williams is like the hottest thing since sliced bread, it feels like. Speaking of, he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Sorry. I always get caught up with Joe Hendry's on my screen, even in this NXT.
London, Paris, Tokyo, America, Scotland.
The most viral sensation across the world last year in and out of professional wrestling, 250 pounds of pure motivation, the answer to all life's questions, and the current NXT champion, Joe Hendry. Oh, God, Booker T is going to ruin it.
Side to side.
Look at the masses swaying. Oh, my gosh.
Shuck it, duck it, quack, quack, dog.
Bloody hell, this freaking idiot.
Wave your hand from side to side.
It's like someone that had a pack of cigarettes. All right. This atmosphere is electric for the NXT champion, Joe Hendry, who signed to NXT late calendar last year and won this title in that 7-way ladder match at the start of the year at the expense of Ricky Saints, the last man that was dropped. Mike Rowan, take over the introductions, and please shut Booker T up.
That's because of Obafemi. No one could beat him, and he had to vacate it.
Clearly, Obafemi had bigger things in mind for his career.
Yeah, the beast incarnate.
Well, it doesn't get much bigger than that now, does it?
Nope. That's low-key that was one of the most matches I'm looking forward to. I mean,
I'll be honest, Walter, it's probably my top 2. Tony D'Angelo, as I talked about, folks, has been involved in NXT. He's 30 years of age, has only been involved in WWE. 4 years in the game, came to us from a ringing background. No prior wrestling experience. Absolute Ricky Saints, of course, has been involved in NWA, AEW, the Nightmare Factory, came to us in NXT, former NXT, North American and NXT champion.
and now the greatest North American champion, the Canadian one.
Arguably, absolutely correct. And a former, might I add, the quickest winner of the NXT Championship ever, All Eagle Ethan Page. Also the most experience across this entire match at 19 years in the game. 60 days in so far. 3 defenses in. He is our NXT champion, and his name is Joe Hendry. 13 years of experience.
From Scotland.
And of course, the audience chanting, "We believe." The cornerstone of the black and chrome on hand here tonight in Joe Hendry's third defense, as all 4 of these men look to stand and deliver, but only one will leave the NXT champion. Joe Hendry is the 36th NXT champion, by the way, in this company's history.
There can only be one. Here we go.
And I'm about to talk about what the strategy is going to be, but clearly we see it on hand. Ethan Page and Ricky Saints working together in the early going against the other 2 men. And Joe Hendry now in the fray, and Tony D now. It looks like we got 2 different fights going on here. As I said this past Tuesday, it was Tony D and Ethan Page that were the only 2 men left standing, brawling. And Tony D came back into the NXT title picture, JJ, spearing Joe Hendry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and speaking of which,
Here we go.
There was a mutual heavy respect for a moment, it felt like, with these two men, and then Ethan Page and Ricky Saints had to get involved in the mix, as Joe Hendry said he was looking to defend it against Tony D and everybody that has been involved against him. If Joe Hendry wins tonight, there's no one else that can stand against him, in my opinion, right now.
Probably have to go through a number one contenders match.
Closing up and over, Ethan Page and Tony D the outside, and Ricky Saints taking over with the suplex by Joe Hendry.
What a suplex. 252 pounds of motivation showing all
pure
the
motivation.
strength.
Swinging net breaker, former TNA world champion, also my tie up in the fireman's carry because Ethan Page using him as a weapon, taking out Ricky Saints, and Joe Hendry has taken control of the entire field here, dropping Ethan Page with military press on Tony D.
That's one way to take out the rest of your opponents, to use one of them as a weapon.
Well, we saw how effective that was for Jacy Jayne, the strategy she had during the NXT Women's Championship match, and she nearly won in the end. But again, the numbers game, the odds not in the champion's favor. And Joe Hendry has the worst odds here tonight, despite the fact he's beaten 2 of the 3 men. He's never faced Tony D before, though. There's a cover, hook on the far leg, and a 2 count for Joe Hendry and Ricky Saints.
Yeah, just some Steiner math to figure out his percentage.
25%. It doesn't take a mathematician to figure that out. I'm in the fireman's carry. Who's made believers all around the...
When you factor the 252 pounds, and then... No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, Walter, you're not...
252 pounds of pure motivation divided by 4 individuals, multiplied by 2 men who I've already defeated. I have a 33 and a 4th chance of winning here tonight.
Then you factor the over 10,000 people that believe in me.
And that boosts me up to an 88 and a 5th chance of winning.
No, it's like, man, there's 2 of them.
Then you divide that by the number of weeks that my song was number 1 on streaming services.
Right.
I'm surrounded by illogical dyscalculia idiots, folks. Please help me. Anyway,
and that takes me down to a 62 and 7/8 chance of winning.
Getting back on friggin' track. Oh my gosh, I'm surrounded by buffoons as we continue for the NXT Championship match, where again, Joe Hendry right now is trying to fight
man. He appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
The match isn't even over yet, seriously. And right now, scoop slam by All Eagle Ethan Page, who came in literally 2 years ago and took the title from Trick Williams at Heatwave at the expense of Trick Williams, Shawn Spears, and Javon Evans. And right now, Ricky Saints and Ethan Page trying to eliminate the competition, make it a one-on-one. Don't think that's going to last. Both men working effectively against Joe Hendry in the stalling drop. Suplex position.
It's AEW versus TNA in an NXT ring. Sponsored by WWE.
If only that was actually the fact of the matter and the world could be at peace. Well, the TNA that I used to know, but nonetheless, I do see what you mean. Nonetheless,
that math in there.
That's not math. That's career attributes. And right now, the shoulder block by Tony D, who literally the only name you got put next to him freaking career is NXT, Rainbow Bright, pointed end, black and chrome. He's literally gone through every era of this proverbial NXT hell.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
He's the last man standing.
Oh, man. The suplex by Ethan Page across the shoulder blades.
Did he
draped across the second rope up Tony D and Ricky Saints, a little bit apoplectic on that. Clearly, these two are not on the same page when it comes to strategy and attack.
I think they kicked Tony D when he did that.
Well, I mean, nothing else. They removed Tony D from the equation. Irish whip reversal. Ricky Saints set in the corner. Joe Hendry set in the corner. Now sent back in. Oh, single knee cold breaker. Now Ricky Saints with Joe Hendry with the fireman's carry into a messy TKO. I'm not sure he got all of it, though. And now a cover by... What the hell?
You can't be double champs.
I mean, what would happen in that situation? It's not elimination. What the referee's thinking?
Lay cool. They cut the belt in half.
Please, for the love of God, don't bring that up. Well, either way, they clearly came in with a game plan. And right now, Joe Hendry in a world of trouble being double teamed by Ricky Saints and Ethan Page, driven in the turnbuckles. I think Ethan Page was saying set him up for a suplex. I mean, I guess technically if one person didn't get their leg kicked out, the other one holding the leg would get the championship because they did each pin a leg or grab the leg. And right now, what the hell is this? Ricky Saints hooking up Joe Hendry. Possibly for a superplex! And Page right now to the top rope. And he's back, Ricky Saints! Never trust all ego! And then until he cares about himself, every man for himself, counter 2, back press 2.5 on Joe Hendry.
Should know not to trust in that ego.
And how smart was that really? Because by not going after Joe Hendry, who is already prone, Ricky, he just took more time away from the possible victory there as Tony D spears out of his boots there.
And
now
Ricky
running
Saints,
into the ring post.
I'm about to say, though, to your point, though, JJ, Ricky Saints freaking getting a receipt on Ethan Page with his own spirit all ego, and then Tony D, like a bat out of hell, put his own chest for Ricky Saints' torso, and now all 4 men are down as Ethan Page rolls inside the ring. At the end of the day, if you're only focusing on pinning the champion versus just getting a pin on somebody else, that could play to everyone else's detriment and Joe Hendry's benefits.
Henry just adjusted Tony D's attitude.
And rushing kick right there by Ethan Page to Tony D. As we do have all 4 men back inside the ring. Double A takedown by Ethan Page. Elbow drop connects to Joe Hendry. Ricky Saints trying to gather his bearings. Freaking 4-way car wreck right now. And it seems like Ethan Page and Ricky Saints are trying to renew that alliance here. Now each man with a single leg crab on Joe Hendry. And again, Tony D, though, they are the man out
blockbuster.
Beautiful double blockbuster float over there, just jumping back into the fray. And again,
stop yawning, Walter. We still got a lot of stuff to cover tonight.
Follow up clothesline in the corner. Again, how driven is Tony D to win this? The only man that has never touched the NXT championship.
Well, he's touched it. He's just never actually been the winner of it.
Yeah, well, again, JJ, it doesn't matter unless you actually are the holder of it by name and earning. And Tony D hasn't done that. And it's also not his first chance. Now, Joe Hendry
spine buster by Tony D.
Good God. Yeah, you're right about that one. Double A approved that. Now, that's Ethan Page and Ricky Saints. It is both men. Driving Tony D into the steel ring steps.
These two can't make up their mind whether they actually want to work together or not.
Well, at the end of the day, it plays their benefit to neutralize the competition as long as they can to isolate one man and then try and figure out amongst themselves. Now, dragging the steel steps to the uh-oh. What the hell are they trying to do here? Dragging the steel steps to the announce table. We haven't seen no announce table destruction, surprisingly, tonight. And Vic Joseph, Booker T, you might want to get out of the way. And now Ricky Saints with the steel step for a tornado DDT on the floor to Tony D.
You went the opposite way, though, not towards the table.
Well, prior to his perfect twisted grand by Ethan Page to Tony D.
Eventually, it's going to be down to you two. You keep taking everybody out.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, this also gives Joe Hendry a lot of time to recover. So, again, is this smart strategy? Whoa! Cannonball, slingshot over the top rope, and Joe Hendry wipes both them out.
A Hendry bomb.
I said his name, and he appeared. I understand we believe as Joe Hendry sends Ethan Page back inside the ring. We're going to put this one away with a standing ovation. Oi! Jet's getting a tiny bit of that chop block. It's Ricky Saints, though. Chopping down Joe Hendry.
I never understood saving people in multi-man. Let him hit it, and then you just attack him, and then take advantage.
Yeah, I think it's just that momentary sense of urgency where you feel like it's a better commodity to have Ethan Page working together with you versus figuring he's vulnerable for the pinfall. Both men again working together against Joe Hendry, looking for the suplex. Well, they did the stalling. Vertical! Again, the heart, the motivation of the NXT champion.
That's some strength.
Take another look here.
You usually see big-ass people like Brock Lesnar and Oba doing shit like that.
But again, I think Joe Hendry's underestimated for his actual power game, in my opinion, despite the fact he's 250 pounds of pure motivation. I don't know how much that weighs, though, in power pressing, though. Up the ropes, up and around. Take over to Harris. Ethan Page turns Ethan Page inside out. And Joe Hendry is fired up here, hoisting up Tony D. Faraway slam.
Wait for it. Oh, no, he didn't do it.
No, but Ricky Saints out of the corner again. He knows he's got 3 opponents, not 2, and literally caught in the body carry. Faraway slam. And Ethan Page who falls to the floor. And there's only one man left inside the ring with Joe Hendry. The one man he has yet to pin or submit in NXT. Oh, taken down the fireman's carry. Power slam cover. 2. No. Angelo kicked out. We talked about how Zaria might be left in the dark. I would argue that if Tony D doesn't win, he will be left in the dark.
Hell yeah.
This is his best chance. This is best chance to win it. Following a lunacy set. Well, proverbially. Following a lunacy set by the likes of Ilya Dragunov, Camille Hayes, Braun Breaker, Trick Williams, and of course, Oba Femi in this era of NXT, JJ.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. Tony's hyping up.
And big uppercut there by Joe Hendry. And Tony D dropping Joe with a big right hand. And swinging a miss. Waist lock. And right now,
City.
Adrenaline makes a man do crazy things, especially desperation for a first-time accomplishment. Whoa, man! Overhead toss in the belly position goes Ricky Saints and rebound into a German suplex. Tony D's own suplex machine. Now cover in the leg. Fisherman Buster, float over, cover, and Joe Hendry with the save.
Hendry might have definitely temporarily saved his title right there.
Well, again, as we talked about before, he does not have to be involved in the decision to lose it. We literally talked about how a fatal 4-way earlier led to All Eagle Ethan Page winning his first NXT championship, and the champion wasn't even involved in the cover.
There it is.
Right. Yeah, I'm about to say, that's a motivational pose right there. The NXT champion looking to rock St. Louis tonight in the factory. Right now, Goose and Ricky Saints might be looking to send him on a standing ovation, but Tony D, spear! Ricky Saints got saved by Tony D. Another fall spear on Joe Hendry. Ricky Saints out of the equation. The cover by Tony D. Oh, kick out at 2.5 by Joe Hendry.
I thought that was going to be it right there.
Me too.
Pretty sure Tony D'Angelo thought so as well. As again, he saved Ricky Saints, but also immediately removed him from the equation and followed up with a second spear. And the second act wasn't enough here. Now Ricky Saints bring a chair in the ring, and again, it's all legal. There's no disqualifications in a fatal 4-way.
Tony seems to be determined to want to pin the actual champ so there's no controversy.
And now Ricky Saints, though, might be planning for a standing ovation. Whoa, able to escape. Gets the midsection, looking for the tornado. DDT on the chair goes Joe Hendry. Now Ricky Saints in the cover. Hook of the leg, 2, and oh, man, even Page comes in for the save.
Out of nowhere.
Again,
what are you doing?
End of the day, everyone for themselves. Now, chair midsection of Ethan Page. We knew this was going to implode here tonight, guys.
I don't know how you managed it, but who's got the bigger ego out of these two?
There's a reason there's only one man called All Ego in this business, Walter. I'm just saying. Now, even Page beating Ricky Saints the riot act. Oh, boy.
Here we go.
Oh, boy. And again, those steel steps looming over the announce table. Tony D and Joe Hendry wiped out for the process. Both men just wearing out each other with these haymakers. Sidestep.
Here we go.
Oh, Lord.
Rearranging the furniture.
No, this is not going to end. What the hell? Oh, running power slam against the partition of the announce table. And Page has something else in mind here. Uh-oh.
Page is pissed. Damn, he didn't even clear the monitors.
I'm about to say, and Ricky Saints right now in a world of absolute trouble if Ethan Page is going for what I think he's going for here. Oh, wait a minute, Tony J. Oh, my gosh!
Spears both of them through the table.
What?
And there goes Booker's bowl of candy.
knock the candy out them.
That's Vic Joseph, by the way, always, actually. But I will say this. Holy hell to your point. A run up the stairs, double spear through both Ethan Page and freaking Ricky Saints. Look at the spear again. Got caught with the right hand. And right now, Joe Henry looking to send Tony D up for a standing. Oh, able to escape. Tony D up the ropes.
Another spear.
To Joe Henry again. And once again, Dempsey, his own standing ovation. The cover.
He did it. He did it.
NXT champion.
It's about time.
And he pinned Joe Henry to do it.
I fucking knew it. I don't know why I didn't go with my gut.
The last of his kind in NXT finally stands and delivers tonight. Tony D is the new NXT champion.
And you can't say shit because he actually pinned the champ.
That's right. There's a reason Ava Raine brought this man back and even paid for his freedom release from freaking jail at one point. The last of your class, JJ, has finally reached the summit. Tony D stands and delivers tonight and has finally fulfilled his last mission.
There's one thing I want to see, whether it's tonight or on Tuesday, and I'm not going to say it just in case it happens tonight, but you'll know.
Yeah, about to say, we're looking at a car wreck here, the human car wreck, as Tony D wiped himself out and Ethan Page and Ricky Saints in the process through the announce table, through that damn run-up, step-up spear, as he was looking for a standing ovation, rebound off the ropes and speared Joe Hendry, and he was so motivated he hit his own freaking standing ovation, that pop-up choke bomb, hook up both legs, and Tony D has finally fulfilled his mission statement.
Joe Hendry can say arrivederci to the NXT title.
Well, in a way, before he was speared, there was a mutual respect, and I do think Joe Hendry respects Tony D. The grit, the drive, the journey to finally make it to this point. Tony D'Angelo, folks, is the new face of NXT.
Crowd chanting, "You deserve it."
He earned it. But that being said, now that you have achieved your mission, what's to follow? What's next?
NXT Triple Crown champion.
Possibly.
Yeah. He's held
no, not possibly. He is. He's been a tag
right.
champion. He's been North American champion. And
That's
now he's become the world champion.
Every male title you can hold, he's held it.
Yep.
Aside from the speed title now.
Yeah.
Which doesn't matter.
Which if he got it, would make him a Grand Slam in NXT, because now that is an NXT title.
Well, regardless, let's not talk about a sticker. Let's talk about the actual accomplishment, the cornerstone of the brand, as Tony D stands and delivers in the end. And so does the show to a degree. And I thank you all for tuning in. For Walter Cruz, American Wrestling JJ Williams, I'm a Noah Foster. Thank you all for tuning into our coverage of NXT Stand and Deliver. And until later tonight, or until the next time we're on your screens, in YouTube or the X, make up outside YouTube, by the way. Fuck YouTube and W streaming services. Make a positive impact in life and have a good night. Walter and JJ, cut the fucking feed. Congratulations to both Lola Vice and Tony D. Take care.